performance stuff.
And we are live.
Shh, he's back.
Hi, buddy.
Well,
shit.
howdy.
Oh shit, the teacher's back. Stop fucking around.
Everyone,
Stop fucking around.
So how are all of you?
doing good.
I've been
Doing
34
all right.
weeks.
You've been what?
34 for 2 weeks now.
Happy late
You
birthday.
had a birthday.
Yeah, it was his birthday last session.
Last session without anyone knowing it was my birthday.
He's just trying to
Wow.
milk it for 2 weeks now.
Wow.
Oh yeah, well, it was my birthday last week.
Yeah,
And,
last Tuesday.
I was told by Wisnet after the game last session that it was his birthday. So
Mhm.
I did tell him I would try and get him a deck pull before his birthday. So, Syra, if you can make that happen for me, that would be wonderful.
All right.
Wait, which one? Which one?
Deal.
I mean,
My deck is the full deck.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
her deck is the deck that can kill you.
Yeah, but HP Fox has that look of like, that's nice. I'm not pulling it.
Oh, yeah, no. The birthday people have to pull, not me. I don't want to be anywhere near it.
if they choose, I would say.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
we're
All right, well,
he seems
out of
like a
this
bit of a
town.
gambler.
I'll pull out.
So-
I'll take the deck out right now because I have a feeling that this is going to be used this session. Make sure my balance is the only card that's
Just
not
in case.
in there because there is no such thing as alignment anymore.
I
Alignment.
always thought that was stupid to change your alignment because I'm like, no, you play the character how you want to play.
Yeah.
I
And-
don't
Plus,
know.
your
and-
alignment can kind of flow depending on what's happening in the game anyway. So
Yeah.
it can change
Yeah.
based on your actions, essentially, in a way. And
Yeah.
DM just reacts to things a little differently. But
And I mean, let's be
what your
fair.
nature is.
Let's be fair. Most people play chaotic neutral all the time.
Not a
Yeah,
good
most
neutral.
people are neutral or somewhere in the neutral zone. It's rare that you have someone that's like hard on one side or the other, unless you have a full group of that kind of people. Otherwise,
Unless
those
you're
people
Shadow
Hell.
Fox with a paladin.
I'm a lawful
no,
good
he was
paladin who set.
neutral.
I'm a lawful good paladin who will set this place on fire. Lawful good.
Yeah. Alignment's shitty.
Yeah.
Just be who
Yeah.
you are.
Honestly, alignment is like the D&D version of people, saying that their actions are based because of whatever their astrological sign is.
Yeah.
It is.
Exactly.
Or-
I'm sorry, I'm
or-
a Taurus. I can't help myself. I'm
Yeah,
stubborn.
It's that, or it's the D&D version. It's the D&D version of Myers-Briggs test. It's just,
Fuck that shit. So useless.
I'm an asshole because I'm these 4 letters. No, you're just an asshole.
Yeah. Or someone saying that I'm an introvert, so I'm like blah 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 blah. Like when they're using it that way too much.
Mhm.
It's like everyone's
Like,
a
yeah, we
blend.
know,
Just
not an
calm
excuse.
down.
I just don't like being around people.
Yeah, just be honest. I just don't like you.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Say I hate you and move on.
Weirds is out today. He is not feeling well. He's down with a headache, so he's recovering while everyone else has to go through the hellscape that I have planned for them today. There was another announcement I was going to make. Oh,
It's on you.
yes.
I don't know.
Apologies if anyone watching the stream hears the Xbox achievement sound. My nephews are currently in my living room playing Injustice 2. So if like there's an achievement noise or anything, that's why.
I think you can turn off your Xbox
Yeah,
connection.
yeah. See, I thought I closed out all of my Xbox notifications, but it's tied to my Microsoft account. So my Microsoft, like the Microsoft notifications, still let me know that somebody got an achievement. It's
Yeah.
annoying. It is so annoying. So yeah, you guys may have to hear the bleep bloop every now and then, but that is why. Oh, and it looks like HP Fox stepped away. So that gives me time to fuck
I'm
around.
here.
Okay.
I'm here,
Okay.
sorry.
So
I heard the emergency alert on my phone go off, which was behind me, so I had to go check that out.
oh shit.
Flood.
It's fine.
But yeah.
In Canada? No.
So
Do you have
Oh,
more
Sorry.
fires?
the last time we left off, the group had just made their way into the town of Prosperity, a small blank border town, seemingly teeming with a bunch of joy and a bunch of very active people. When you went into the tavern, everyone was having a good time. There wasn't a sad face in the establishment. People were drinking, people were dancing, people were having conversations with one another. Everyone seemed to be happy. Inside the tavern as well, you noticed the whole point of you being here, a very large topaz dragon egg on a pedestal against one of the walls, seemingly emanating some sort of magical energy. As time passes, you were all investigating the establishment, asking patrons questions. You noticed that any negative thoughts slowly began to vanish from your mind. Any fatigue, pretty much anything negative was just gone. Even though you had been traveling for the day, the wear of just the daily activities no longer burning in your muscles. We're starting to feel good. With some inquiry around the tavern, you did find out that the town of Prosperity has come under an age of prosperity thanks to something that the governor of this small town did. You were told that the governor lives near the back end of the town in a very large house that you cannot miss, though it is surrounded by a stone gate and a stone wall and wire gate. And as we pick up today, it's right where we left off, with Nerix kind of talking to dog Syra, trying to figure out why the pup has such a concerned look on its face. Zelark is tucked away in the corner, making business deals with a couple locals about possibly shipping in weapons to the town. I believe Snit was outside the tavern, keeping an eye on things.
I still hadn't really got an opportunity to do anything, and to be perfectly honest, not really sure what I want to do. So
has Snit gone into the town, or is he still hanging back a bit, just like keeping watch from where they?
We all went into the town. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I didn't know if you went into the town.
This group.
Yeah, I don't know if you went into the town or if you were hanging back and keeping an eye out on things while everyone else was investigating.
Just sitting up there like a sniper. Exactly.
Yeah, like pretty much sitting up.
Character.
Yeah, pretty much like sitting up there, like in like a sniper position or something, keeping an eye on things.
You know what? Let's leave. Does anybody remember specifically if it was said that we were all going in?
No.
I had left the bar with my people to go to like a barn or something. We were leaving the bar.
No,
everyone else went
all going into the town.
Into the town, yes.
Yes.
And then everyone else was going into the bar, except for Reiju, who stayed outside of the bar and meditated, and like to hone in on the ley lines or whatever.
I just remember people said
yes.
specific things. Like Callie
Yeah.
said she was specifically in the alleyways, like, scouting around. And I specifically said I turned into a dog and went to the tavern. And Nerix specifically said when she entered, which was a little bit later. So like, I think it was mostly
we had to go into
specific
the town
actions.
to reach it.
Yeah.
We all had to go into the town to reach it. So to answer your question, yes, we all went into town.
Okay.
Regardless
There
of what
you
we
go.
did afterwards. We were
So I was
all
gonna say it
in
would
the
make
town.
sense for someone to stay
We're
with the skiff. I don't know if we took the skiff into town or.
No, I think we walked in.
Yeah, you all walked in.
Okay.
You
So
left
there's
the
your
skiff.
answer.
You left the
I'm in
skiff on
town.
the outside of town. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't remember that, but okay.
So if that is the
I
case,
don't think we actually said, but it would make sense.
I'm just saying I think he could probably say where he wants to be.
Yeah. So let's since Snit necessarily hasn't had a chance to do what they were gonna do, let's open with Snit.
I don't know what I would do.
So you're just hanging outside?
Yeah.
Okay. So a bit of time passes, Snit, and you notice roughly half hour after he went in, Zelark walk out with 3 locals, all of them seeming to be in a very excited conversation about supplying the town with certain goods and the payout that could be had from it. You get the feeling that Zelark is doing what Zelark does best and is currently wheeling and dealing. But they seem to be heading off towards, like they're heading off around the corner from the tavern, seemingly going a little deeper into town. You can see Reiju kind of sitting on a bench outside the tavern at the moment, slowly like rocking to themselves, as if it looks like there are questions going through their mind, a bit of concern on their face. The rest, you notice that Callie has like ducked into like one of the alleyways to begin conducting an investigation on her own, and you know the sisters are inside the tavern.
Okay. I'm gonna give a really, really long pause, and I'll start following-ish Zelark.
Okay.
I want long distance.
Like how long we talking?
Somewhere between 60 and 100 feet.
Okay. So pretty much you're letting them get a decent head start before you start moving in. Okay. Because it's such an such a long distance, go ahead and give me a survival check to be able to keep up with them without them disappearing behind like a building or anything.
Could I argue at all perception?
Yeah, you can give me a perception as well.
Oh, okay. So 19 total.
19 total. Okay. So you're hanging with them. You're pretty much like allowing them to move just enough to where they're almost out of sight before you begin moving again. And it's given you enough of a distance to where none of the 4 individuals notice you. And you can see that Zelark steps into one of the panel sidewalk, or one of the wood plank sidewalk buildings, with the 3 gentlemen accompanying him. And a moment later you see what looks to be lamplight coming from the inside.
Okay. Does this place have like a second story at all?
Yeah, think of it as the town layout itself is like an old western town, where you've just got the plank you've got like the plank wood sidewalks around the that just connect the shops around one another, and then it's just the street itself is just sand.
Okay, so I'm gonna be looking for like any open windows or doors up on the second level, or anything that I think I might be able to utilize.
There is a singular window up on like up near the where the wall would meet the ceiling. From what you can gather, it's probably going into the attic of this building.
Okay, so before I do anything, I'm going to man my little copper dragon. Hey Scales, go check it out and make sure there's nothing in that room.
Okay.
And so it's going to detach from me and crawl up the wall to that window while I keep a lookout, making sure nobody's watching this happen.
Okay. So while you're keeping a lookout, can you give me another perception check?
Yes. Hey, that's way higher. 24.
24. So while you're keeping an eye on the street, you notice that the half-orc gentleman that was in the group that was accompanying Zelark sort of like kind of like take a look outside one of the two street viewing windows on the first floor, and they close the blinds to the windows, and they walk over to the next one and do the exact same thing.
Okay.
Scales, can you see through Scales' eyes, or is this something like
no? It has to come back, and it's like a 1 tap for yes, 2 tap for no kind of deal.
Okay. And it kind of
they can't talk or anything.
You can see Scales like shimmy up the side of the wall and start peeking into the window, and they climb back down and they come over to you and they give you 1 tap.
So, as in, he'll be like, so it's clear?
He shakes his head.
All right. Okay. So, get back on, and it's going to merge back into my arm. Going to walk around the building, wide berth, trying to figure out another way to get some position inside.
Okay, can you say it again? I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to walk around the building, wide berth, to see if I can't find another way or another place that I could get inside without being spotted. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So you walk around the back, and there is a back door. And you notice that near the back door there is also a cellar entrance.
Cellar entrance. I will try that.
The cellar entrance?
Yeah, I'm gonna first check to see if it's trapped and then see if it's blocked.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a perception check. Well, sorry, how are you going to check for traps? Let's do it that way.
Check the seams,
well, I mean,
cracks.
yeah, I mean, which skill are you going, or which skill of yours are you going to use?
Well, that one would probably be investigation.
Okay. So go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Okay. That one's a 19.
So it's a good thing that you did check this. So as you're like going around the door and everything, you notice that there is a counterweight sort of attached to the door. And as you follow a line, there's a singular crossbow underneath the stairs leading up to the back door, pointed directly at you.
Mm-hmm. Is that something that I would be able to reach with my tools or anything like that? That line?
You could, yes. It's not the most masterful of traps. It looks to be one of those. It's kind of like one of the situations to where tape on the door frame to make sure that the door remained locked.
Yeah. So if I were to cut the line, would that actually trigger the trap, or would that just completely disable the trap?
Give me an intelligence check.
I can do that. Straight intelligence?
Just straight intelligence.
Right. So that's going to be a 6.
A 16? You have a feeling that any sort of damage to this line is going to trigger the trap.
Okay.
That if you were to if you wanted to disable this trap, you were going to have to disable the crossbow itself.
Oh, can I reach the crossbow? I doubt I could reach the crossbow without opening the door.
No, the crossbow. So the crossbow was tucked underneath the staircase leading up to the back door, not the cellar.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. Snit will start by just walking up to the crossbow and removing the bolt.
Okay. When you remove the bolt, this bolt is heavy. Like it isn't one of those bolts that are designed for flight. This is definitely something that's designed to hit somebody at a very close range, and you can smell a very pungent odor coming from the tip of this arrow.
And then he'll put one hand on, you know how you can uncock a crossbow. Yeah.
It's kind of like with a gun. You hold the hammer back before pulling the trigger and just release it slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to do that. So he can reset this if he needs. But yeah, then he'll open. Was it locked?
Yeah, it's most definitely locked.
Okay, so then pick the lock. You want sleight of hand for that probably, right?
Do you have thieves tools?
I do, and I am perfect.
All right, use the thieves tools.
That's going to be 17.
A 17. It takes you some time, but you do end up hearing that very satisfying click of the lock resetting.
All right. So quietly open the door and go in.
Okay, so as you open the door and you take a step in, can I get a dexterity saving throw?
Secondary. That's going to be a 24.
A 24. Okay, so you stumble, but you're able to catch tuck and roll as you fall into this cellar, as the staircase itself has been removed down here.
All right.
But you tuck and roll, and you kind of give a little oomph, but you don't take any damage from it. But it is, you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Okay. So while it would be pitch black to anyone else, your dark vision sort of kicks in, and you can see outlines of boxes and crates and barrels lined up against the walls. And off in the distance, probably a good 10 feet ahead of you, you can see a very faint sense of torchlight.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll start investigating that room. This seems like some sort of storage. I want to see what they're storing.
Okay. So as you're walking through, you begin to hear voices up above you coming from the floorboards where Zelark and the rest of them are.
Okay.
Zelark,
Yes.
as soon as you walk into this as soon as you walk into this building with your newfound business partners, you hear the half-orc sort of lock the door behind you, then draw the curtains.
I will immediately. I'm guessing we're still having like a conversation as we're walking in.
Yeah, pretty
everything.
much making shipment dates and talking about manifests, all that stuff.
I'm going to manipulate the conversation so my back is to a wall. So not necessarily up against a wall, but more like so I have everyone in my sights.
So as you're doing that, the human that had previously first engaged you in conversation smiles, noticing what you're doing, and nods. Good, you still have your faculties about you.
Can't be too, safe.
I will admit, yes, we did mislead you, but this is not in any sort of way a trap to kill you or rob you or anything of that. You are new to this town. You are still...
I will immediately pop to behind him in his shadow and just whisper in his ears, like, good, because it wouldn't have been easy.
Okay, that's just creepy.
And then I just walk back to where I was.
But we saw a new person coming into town, and we need to get you out of here or safe. This town is not as it seems.
I was getting a vibe.
You noticed how everybody was just having a grand old time in there?
It's the first time a barkeep has ever told me not to spend money.
Right? That's because they're not in the right state of mind. A very large portion of this town are enthralled into a drone-like behavior.
Oh, fun.
Did you come in alone?
No.
How many of there are you?
Before I tell you that, I need more information.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 4, so that's going to be a 14.
I rolled a 4, but it's still going to pass. So he kind of looks over at his companions. They just give a nod. It's the egg. That egg in the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
It's enthralled everyone, sort of taken away any sort of cognitive function on their own. During the night, they party, they celebrate, they mate. But as soon as the sun comes up, they all enter into a stupor, travel down into the mines, and work. And then as soon as the sun sets, they're right back into the tavern. Day in and day out. Nobody sleeps. Nobody does anything aside from work and eat. They're ants now, is the best way we can describe it. There are a few of us who have been able to resist the temptation of this egg. Myself, my companions here, and a few others that are tucked down in the cellar of this establishment.
May I ask how you can fight off the urge? Like, what is it that makes you special?
I don't think it's anything special. I just think maybe stronger wills.
Okay.
Maybe a lack of greed in our minds. We do not know, but during the night we try to mingle and show ourselves as to not raise any suspicion. During the day we come back here and we rest and we sleep.
Okay. So the egg is the issue. And from what the barkeep had said, the egg has something to do with the mayor, right?
That's the rumor. I don't know where this egg came from. All I know is as soon as it did, people started acting weird.
And the mayor's been around how long? Like, has he been trusted in your society or what? Like,
To be fair, this town is only 2 years old. The mayor has been with us since the start, or the governor, I should say. He's a just but fair man. He was trying to find a way to help this town grow, help it prosper, as we all wanted our own little piece of paradise, I guess, away from the bustle of a huge city.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, we haven't seen hide nor hair of him since the egg.
Well, information for information. That egg has now become some sort of a double-edged sword for you. If whatever's going on in this town, if we stop it by getting rid of the egg, I'm pretty sure there's a giant dragon that is not going to like the fact that you took the egg to begin with.
I assumed that was where it came from. Dragon eggs just don't appear out of the blue.
Yeah.
But if we can get the dragon egg out of here, we can take the next steps to ensure everybody else's safety.
You might need to take those steps before we get the dragon egg out of here.
Nobody listens to us. If we were to try to raise any sort of alarm, we may be in trouble ourselves.
Oh, that's what the new people are for. I am definitely going to have to get in touch with my group before any kind of action is done. Because, we all need to be on the same page.
Assemble your group. Get your group. Do what you need to do. Bring them here as soon as you can. Preferably before the sun rises. You want to be You want to be in here once that happens to ward off any sort of influence from the egg.
Well, okay. Forgive me for not taking what you say at face value.
I would consider you a fool if you did.
But we're definitely going to have to work our own magic. And then I will get back to you.
Do what you can. I will accompany you back so we can just play off our initial conversation. I'll get you back to the tavern. My companions will stay here.
That sounds good.
And while this conversation is going on, you hear it pretty much one for one. Snit.
Okay, that was going to be my immediate question.
While it's a little muffled, you can still make out everyone's voices.
Cause I heard that there are people in the cellar. So I immediately the reticle comes down because it can scan living creatures.
You can wall hack.
So I am wall hacking to make sure there's no living creatures in this room that I need.
So as that reticle comes down, you start scanning around. As you go to the right where you saw the faint torchlight, you can see about 15 people down in this cellar in various states. Some of them are playing. They look to be children. There seems to be a couple people around a small cooking fire preparing food.
Okay.
But it doesn't, from what it looks like, none of them are really in any sort of hostile stance. It just looks like they're settling down for dinner.
All right, that's all a little bit more reassuring. I'm keeping reticle down because I want wall hack unactive. I do. What?
You were beep booping pretty good.
I don't even have anything up.
There you go. You're good now.
Anyways, I want to find out what's in these crates.
Okay.
And I want to do it extra cautiously because I know there's people semi nearby.
Okay. So what I'm going to need then is I'm going to need a stealth check, and then I'm going to need a sleight of hand check.
Uh-huh. Natural 20 for a 30 on stealth.
Okay.
Okay. And then the sleight of hand is going to be an 18.
An 18. Both will pass. So you begin to like going through the crates and everything, and you can see that some of them have blankets, others have like salted meat, some fruits and everything. These just look to be supplies for those down here to continue to survive.
Okay. Nothing kinky.
No, there isn't anything kinky down here.
Kinky.
Oh, I thought you,
H.
I heard kinky, and I'm like, no, it's not that kind of dungeon.
You're not that
Oh,
kind
maybe
of
the
it
look on
could
your
be.
face. I like the facial expression you had though. Like, that's an odd thing to. Okay, no.
There is nothing hinky or kinky down here.
Darn
Okay.
it.
So with that in mind, my goal is to leave, reset the trap, and basically never in there.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a roll, just one roll with your thieves tools to reset the lock and reset the trap.
Okay. It's a dirty 20.
Okay. Easily done.
A
Again.
kinky 20 if you like.
Kinky 20.
It is now kinky 20 for the rest of the campaign.
So yeah, it doesn't take much. Again, it's a very simple lock and it's a very simple trap. But you're able to reset everything as it was. And as you do this, you can hear the front door kind of closing, and Zelark and the human are beginning to head back towards the tavern.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the tavern myself, taking a different path.
Okay. While this is going on, Callie, you've been skulking around the alleyways.
Sort of. So what Callie did was find a spot that was out of sight, kind of dark and out of the way, and she's just been kind of sitting there watching the egg through Ruger's eyes, who is like going to various windows around the tavern to just keep an eye on it.
And every time like you catch a glimpse of this egg, it is just teeming with magical energy. But it seems to be giving off a small pulse about in 10-second intervals. And as it does, you can see that a majority of the people inside the tavern, save for a very strange dog and Nirix. Everyone else in here seems to, every time the pulse goes off, is enveloped in a soft glow.
I'm a normal dog, sir. I may have like light violet eyes, but I am a normal dog. Or light reddish eyes, sorry. That's what Syra's eyes are red, so it'd be like a light reddish eye.
Your hair's purple. Your hair.
Nope, it's a
Nope.
normal dog this time. I said
No,
it
I
was
just
a
meant that's where you
normal
got the
dog.
purple one. Wrong thing.
Yep. That is accurate.
So, Callie is just gonna stay where she is. She's not taking her eyes off of this egg, or rather, she's not taking Ruger's eyes off of this egg. But seeing that it's emitting some sort of pulse that is doing something to people, while she's kind of sitting there in her little hidden area, she's going to. When she closes her eyes, can she still see through Ruger's eyes?
No, both of both Ruger and your eyes have to be open in order for it to work.
Okay, so she's not gonna enter a meditative state, but she's gonna like begin to go into that process that she usually does when she goes to meditate, but like stop just short of actually closing her eyes and calming her mind. Just so she's like on the borderline of stillness of mind, but not quite there yet, just in case she needs to go that extra step.
Okay.
Do we see Callie? Can I see her when we walk outside?
I think I did roll a stealth check last time, but I can re-roll it if
go
I need to,
go
I
ahead.
Number.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, since stealth does not hide scent, and you are currently in dog form.
Okay. 15.
15.
Not great roll.
Not a great roll, but it's still good. It's still good enough to pick up on Callie's scent, and you can sort of follow it. And she's sort of tucked in between the tavern and another building.
Okay, and I'm sniffing for my other companions too. I'm trying to find Snit or anyone else, but I don't think I smell anyone else in the area, right?
Reiju is right outside the tavern, kind of just sitting there, sort of in a, I guess you can say, inner turmoil at the moment.
Okay.
Just like a very expressive confusion on her face.
I'm gonna grab Nyrix's sleeve and pull her over to where Callie is.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anyone else that has line of sight of us over where Callie is, or is she like off to the side? Like, is anyone walking around, or?
There's nobody outside. It seems like the entire town is in the tavern at the moment.
Okay. Then I'm gonna just go up to Callie, and I see she's really focused, and I'm just gonna kind of breathe on her face with my doggy breath and wait and just like, and then I'm gonna like huff when she doesn't pay attention to me, and I go, and then I'm just gonna lick her face.
Ogren does that to me. He'll just get right up here and just breathe on me. I'm just like, what?
Rojan, tell me at what point during these actions, I would be starting to walk back.
Okay, this is all going on while the conversation is happening, and you're breaking and entering right now, so you've got some time.
Tell me at what point that happened.
Okay.
I think at the moment of the lick, Callie, like, she just shudders and very clearly breaks out of whatever trance she was in, and like looks around in a brief panic, and then remembers that you turned into a dog and hopes that this dog is you.
And then I'm going to turn back into myself, just crouched, sitting right in front of you. Hey, Callie.
Hi.
I thought we should probably meet up and compare notes.
Probably a good idea. I'm sorry if I seem divided. I'm looking through Ruger.
Oh, I thought you were napping. Sorry.
No, but I mean, if we have time, I wouldn't mind.
That sounds good. Yeah.
The thing is none of you feel tired.
Guys, not now.
Yeah, none of you feel tired or exhausted or anything.
You don't have to be tired to take a nap.
Yeah. Maybe not. I'm not like tired. But, like,
the hell is wrong with you people?
I don't know. I've never taken a nap before. I don't know how it works.
Some people like cuddles.
Yeah, cuddles. That's what I was about to say. Like, Sarah's still like in doggy aftermath and goes, snuggle pile sounds nice.
Okay, canon. Whenever a druid is reverting back from wild shape, they still have some of the animal
little instincts. At least Sarah does.
Don't pee on my leg.
And she's gonna also say like, I was thinking of maybe doing like detect magic on the egg, but did anyone else try anything to figure out
Oh,
what the egg is doing?
Yeah, I can see through Ruger it's like connected to magical lines that run through the ground or spread out from it or something. And it's like pulsing
Like
every
ley
once in a
lines?
while. I don't know what that is.
They're basically lines in nature that, if it's a natural power, were you able to get a sense of what kind of magic it was?
No, I don't. It's magic.
Sorry, rephrase. Did Ruger get a sense of what kind of magic it was?
Oh, I don't know. He's still looking at it and flying around the building, so we haven't really talked. I'm just looking through him.
Okay, well maybe I'll figure that out then. But ley
But
lines are basically like
definitely magic, yeah.
these basically lines of energy of magic that usually come in on a focal point and create a center of power. So maybe he's using some sort of magical ley lines and then using the egg as a sort of focus, since there's a powerful magical being inside, would be my guess.
Maybe. Um, and every time it pulses, it like affects the people, but you and Nirix weren't affected.
I mean, I
You
felt like
just
this
just
weird tug to be
glow.
happy.
Yeah.
And as a dog, that, I was already having a lot of tugs to be happy, so my tail was just wagging a lot. But it was kind of
I'm
weird.
never happy.
Nirix, you mean you had to feel some little something, right?
No,
Little-
my magic works a little bit differently. I'm not saying that it probably didn't have any influence, but it just probably affects different people, non-magic users, certain magic users. I don't know. Like,
Nirix,
I feel a little weird.
you feel a little less negative. Not completely happy, but just a little less negative.
I don't feel so hateful.
I've
No, I just
happy
don't.
before. When you go on a hunt, you tend to have like a little smirk, or when you're riding your bike on a really clear day.
Yeah, well, it's been a while. But yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely something happening. There's definitely some sort of pull I'm feeling, but it's not influencing anything, just emotionally.
All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast my spell. See if I can figure out anything else from it, from like what type of magic it is. Yeah. So, I'm
You just
gonna
want to do it.
go ahead and ritually cast detect magic.
Okay. So within the 10 minutes that it takes for you to cast the ritual, Zelark, you're kind of coming back into the tavern, or being led like up onto the walkway of the tavern. Again, you see not Weirds, but Reiju in that existential crisis. And Snit, you're making your alternate way back towards the tavern as well.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that there's nothing around me in the immediate vicinity.
The streets are empty.
Okay. Because I'm gonna whisper into the ring what I heard and what I saw down, and letting Zelak know that I was in the basement below him during the conversation.
I was gonna say, if you didn't say anything and you say all that information, Zellic will be like, "The fuck? Did you just read my mind?"
Snit's now canonically has the ability to read minds. All right, so as that information is passed off, the ritual kicks off, and you are just flooded with like a surge, sort of, Syra, as the entire town is glowing. Centrally located on the tavern, as it is pulsing with enchantment magic.
Holy shit. This is ow. Everything's enchanted. Everything. The whole town.
You can even see, like, when you're looking in the windows, you can see people in there are, like, giving off remnants of being charmed.
Everybody's charmed. That's definitely charm. That goes along with what Snit was saying. I think everyone's influenced by something. I don't necessarily think it's coming directly from the egg, though. Do I get that sense that it seems to be coming from, like, someone else, or is it coming from the egg?
The egg itself is the center of all of this enchantment and charming, and everything else has just been pretty much encased in, like, an enchantment fallout.
Okay, so it is okay, I'll describe that it is coming from the egg. Do I see am I able to sense the like what I think are ley lines, or like these lines of magic that Callie was talking about?
It's less of a ley line and more of a blast. It's like the egg itself is a nuclear reactor, and
like radiation.
It's like like radiation is like emanating off of this thing, like enchantment radiation.
Is that normal for dragon stuff? Like, I don't know if I know very much about dragons, but I feel like Nyrix might, so I'm gonna talk that over with Nyrix. Like, is that normal for a dragon egg to have this strong, and for Topaz Dragon to have this strong, like, enchantment magic it's like radiating out from it? It's not ley lines. It's what she's seeing is these lines of magic that are radiating out, this enchantment that's flowing out from that center point, covering the whole town. It's stupid powerful.
Would I know? As I take all my dice out.
Would I know? Go ahead and give me a history check.
History.
Dragons aren't necessarily natural beasts, so I feel like Sarah wouldn't have too much information about this.
Yeah. Perfect. Oh, new character. Who does? Damn it. Maybe that's what I should work on, is get proficiency in history. That's still really good though. That's 21.
You've never heard of a dragon egg possessing this much magical essence before, to the point to where it's influencing or it's having some sort of effect on everything around it. Normally a dragon egg is just that, a dragon egg. It's housing a growing baby dragon.
Yeah, no, that's not right. There's something else going on here. It's a dragon egg is just that. It's just an egg with an embryo inside, a living creature. When it's born, it'll eventually grow into its magical powers and all that good stuff, but until then, it is just an organic being. So the fact that you're saying that something's emitting from it either tells me it is not truly an egg, like life is inside of this egg, but magic instead.
I can go closer and check out the egg, but I'll have to be sneaky about it because they don't seem to like it when things go near. I tried to get close to it as a dog and they didn't like that. Maybe if I take a different form.
Well, if you said that if it's a lot of enchantment, then they must be somehow enchanted to protect it, even if it's just something as simple as someone approaching it.
Why, maybe I'll be a lizard or something? Maybe they won't see that.
Depends on how strong the enchantment is. Even if it's something as simple as a fly, they might get aggressive. And
that's true.
I'm just saying, well, I don't know the level of this, but
just saying, I kind of need to get close to sense a heartbeat. But
I would try.
I wonder if a bat would work. Would a bat have good? Well, no, because they're sonic.
No, they're well.
I need something with stupid good hearing to hear your heartbeat. See if it's an actual dragon. What is really good hearing? Like,
I mean, technically bats have good hearing. technically they do.
I mean,
Um,
a snake would be able to see if there was a living creature in there.
Oh,
that's right.
that's true.
They can sense infrared and everything.
Yeah.
Heat senses. Yeah,
All right.
even in eggs. So yeah, I would try a snake, but be very careful because if you couldn't get close as a dog, imagine a snake.
Yeah. Just so we can, rule out if this is even the egg or not. I mean, well, no, wait, we know this is the egg though, because I did locate object using the dragon's scale. So no, we this is the egg. So I guess that wouldn't be necessary. It's definitely the egg. Maybe the egg's being used as a focus, like I said before. It's just instead of ley lines, it's maybe a really strong spell. I mean, this is insane levels of enchantment magic. I've never seen in my entire tribe. There's been no druid that's cast a spell of this magnitude for enchantment. This is insane.
Yeah, something else is going on here. It could be something with that deal that the bartender was talking about, but no one knows what that is other than the governor, so we may need to get some more information out of the governor himself.
Those of you versed in arcane magic, go ahead and give me a Arcana roll.
Okie dokie. Are you saying if you're proficient or if you have a class that aligns?
If you are somebody who can cast arcane magic?
Oh, that's me.
That's
Weirdly enough.
Not me, thankfully, because I got a -1 to that. Skill, so
17 for me.
Nat 20.
Oh,
There you go.
We're saying all this on our rings, by the way. So everyone can hear it.
that's why I'm having everybody roll. I think since Zora disappeared off, one.
Oh,
For
no.
3.
Total 3.
So Nyrix doesn't pay attention in her Hogwarts classes.
I dabble.
But the 17 and the natural here. 20, from the description that Asira is given, especially like Snit makes it, but especially Zelark, this sounds like the egg is being used as a focus on a widespread casting of dominate person.
That's not creepy at all.
And it kind of fits into what you what Snit heard and what Zelark was told, with everybody just acting in some sort of strange way. They are being dominated.
With the nat 20, would they also know how you normally would break a dominate spell?
Well, dispel magic may work. Or or breaking or removing the focus of domination, which seems to be this egg. But before we get to that, we are going to go ahead and take a very, very quick, 5-minute break here, so we can get up, stretch our legs. There is something I need to do really quick. So let's go ahead and refill our drinks, stretch our legs, and we will be right back.
Oh, I have no reason to go
Alright.
inside.
But it's got
We
codex
are-
in it that you can read for
We
lore.
are back.
Exactly. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Thank you, Fox. You get it.
Sorry about that. Like right as I was describing the egg situation, my blood sugar just decided it was going to plummet. So
Ooh.
It's okay. It was good timing. I just ran out of coffee, so I had to go make some more.
Here you go. You can have my Skittles.
don't tease me with that. I love Skittles.
Yeah, that's mean.
Yeah.
What?
Skittles are amazing.
Oh, everyone loves
Those are
Skittles.
amazing.
Especially
Hashtag not sponsored yet.
especially if it's the classic lime Skittle, not the new green apple, but the classic lime.
Yeah.
Lime is better than green apple
Yes, it is.
in every single way.
And if you you give me sour Skittles, I will burn my tongue
Oh, no, I don't want
because
sour
I eat
Skittles.
far too many sour Skittles that the sour powder will actually burn my tongue with how much is on it.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's citric acid is
Yeah.
what makes
Yep.
it sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you eat too much of hot candies too, it does that. Like too many hot tamales, it does that to your tongue. It inflames it.
When I went to
My-
when I
No
went
such
to
thing.
Vegas, we stopped by one of like the candy shops and I ended up getting 3 pounds of sour Skittles. And I ate way too much in one sitting. And so my tongue was paying the price. Didn't stop me
My-
from eating any more in the future. I'm just saying.
My preferred way of eating warheads is to open up 4 of them and just
Yep.
You have the
'Cause they're-
same
get it over
shoot
with early.
sunflower seeds.
Because they're so good. Like warheads are so good. It's like when we go to Universal, I have to stop by the Harry Potter candy shop so I can get my my jar of lemon drops.
The chocolate frogs.
The chocolate frogs are good too.
Way
So-
overpriced, but good.
Well, it's
So-
universal. Yeah.
Such
Oh,
stupid pricing.
yeah. Oh, yeah. The price is ridiculous, but worth it.
Now I want frog legs.
So back in the game, we seem to get distracted by food and candy a lot on this channel.
Yep.
Back in the game, yes. You after your successful Arcana rolls, you have identified that this egg is somehow maintaining a continuous cast of dominate person over this entire town.
And you said that there were people that have been resisting it?
Yeah, there are people who have been resisting it. Pretty much people who've made their saving throw.
Do you guys share
Oh,
this
sorry, I was talking to
information with the
Snit.
group?
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Have they
Sorry.
shared it with us? Do we?
They
do-
did share that with us. They
Okay.
said they were doing it through the
Mhm.
Ring Network about the whole situation.
know about the dominant? That those of you who were like thinking in the arcane
That was-
discovered
yeah,
it was
I-
domination.
No,
Did you
I
say
keep
that.
it to myself.
Yeah. I haven't said anything
Yes.
yet.
Okay.
I'm just
I would.
waiting for a chance to actually leave the bar. You know,
well, you technically haven't gone into the bar. He kind of just like helped you go back, and then he does a fake farewell. Like, I look forward to doing business with you in the future, and then he
Oh, okay.
goes off by himself.
All right, then I was thinking that we went back into the actual bar.
No. He
Hey.
just
People
saw you
listen to
back, saw you back to the tavern, and then went his separate way.
Okay.
Kind of whispering to you, once you get your friends, bring them back to the establishment. This needs to be done before the sun rises.
All right. Then at that point I will go into the bar to look for them.
And you go in, you look
not
around,
find
and it's
I
dead.
mean, you could tell based on our conversation that we're obviously not talking out in the open or in a place with a bunch of other people around. So, just
Yeah,
to
you can
say,
hear through the rings.
yeah, you
Yeah, I
can hear
knew
through the
that.
rings. You know, we're not
Uh,
having this kind of conversation around other people.
So what I was gonna say is I go into the bar and get a drink, and when I get my first drink, I'll speak into my ring because I always keep it on my thumb. just so I can
Don't do
What?
that.
That's why Nyrix made it as an earring.
just
Talk into it.
well, I was gonna do that as like so I could ask where they were. So I'm not trying to draw suspicion. Don't give me that look.
What look
We're in an alley around the corner from the bar.
All right, and then I'll leave some, I'll say like 5 Electrum or whatever on the bar, and
Jesus.
take my drink and walk.
That's ridiculous amount.
Do you have 5 Electrum? Oh wait, no,
Yes.
Electrum. I'm thinking Platinum. Never mind.
No,
It's not
Yeah.
the same thing. I was
Okay.
like, platinum. Nope, that's
No.
electric.
No,
Electrum.
5
Yeah.
Electrum. Okay, so the equivalent of a piece of dryer lint. Gotcha.
yeah, half a gold.
I was thinking of platinum too for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I
no.
did for a second too. I was
It's
like,
like-
no, that's the wrong one. Wrong
Like
one.
Giving him,
Zillock
bit.
would never do that.
no.
I
mean,
thought,
not
I
even-
thought you were about
Not
to
even to
start.
grease palms.
I thought you were gonna start having our private conversation in the bar to your ring, and I was like, "Don't do this."
No, it was purely going in, maintaining appearances, getting a drink, saying niceties to the bartender again, and then while I'm drinking the drink, talking to you guys, asking, where did you guys go?
Outside.
Purely just to be
outside.
sneaky.
Meet me outside. Meet me outside.
We're outside, everybody. Outside.
But then I
So
leave the
Snit-
bar
Anywhere.
and find
So Snit shared
Yep.
the dominate spell thing. He said.
Yep.
So that Syra would say that I have the ability to dispel it, but if we want to get more information before taking any kind of action, we probably should do that. No knowing what could happen, but it's an option. Also, if people are, like you said, working in the mines during the day, maybe during the day is the best time to try to, do what we gotta do.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. If everyone's gone,
Exactly.
that'd be perfect.
So should we go meet with the governor and see what information we can get first?
Yeah, I think so. What time of day is it
Because-
right now?
It's night.
Oh, what? Okay, what? How late in the evening is it?
You're looking at 8 or 9.
Okay, we got plenty of time until sunrise.
Zelark, you're here now, right? With us? Okay. Zelark, did you get a good read on these people? You seem to trust what they say very quickly.
I don't trust what they say at all. Like, it makes sense with the dominate spell and everything. It could be the case. They were very... I don't know. I don't trust people. You know that.
Yeah, I'm not really willing to trust as easily either. So, what if they work for the governor and they're like a group that goes around that tries to weed out people that aren't affected, or newcomers to gauge why they're in town, or something like that. Like the fact that they're not impacted, like you said that they said that they're not as influenced, like that's suspicious to me.
Oh, we're not as influenced either, and we're surrounded by it. Is it
Yeah,
that far fetched?
So very
but
suspicious.
why stay in the town then?
Well, if that's all you know.
Tell us they can't leave.
So here are my thoughts on this. Either with what we know of the egg, the people are dominated. Obviously, if you're going to be in a town of people, definitely in a town this new, you're going to bond with people over hardships and building a common community. That's a normal aspect of towns like these.
If you say so.
But so I can understand why they wouldn't just leave. But on the other hand, there's so much information that we don't know with this. We know there's an egg that is being used to amplify a dominate spell of some sort. We don't know what's going on with the mines, and we don't know what's going on with the mayor, who they said was a fair and just person. But then
Did you ask why they didn't leave?
I did not. I was kind of a little bit bombarded with a lot of information while trying to be as guarded with what we knew. It's a.
You did good, Zellark. You did good.
Yeah, you got a lot of really good information for sure. I just don't trust him.
Go, balance on. Because you don't want to burn a bridge and have to use it later.
True. So do you think you should talk to the governor, or do you think you should remain separate from
At the moment, I don't even know how we could.
I mean, we know where his manor is. We could just walk up, a few of us or the whole group. That's up for discussion.
Yes, but what's our... Do I need to convince someone to let us in, or why would...
We haven't gone to the building yet, so we don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, why would he even see us?
Well, we're newcomers to the town, and we could say that, we wanted to introduce ourselves and had a few questions about, that we don't recall. It depends on who's going. Like, I could have a different motivation versus my sister versus you versus Callie versus...
I think we should
go as a depends.
Group.
But then if we go as a group, then your group is gonna know that group that you spoke with, they only know about you right now. So
they know I have a group.
And if they are working for the governor, then he's gonna have been notified about you. It's just a concern. You for sure go if you think... I just wanted to bring it up as, if these two groups are working together, this could be an opportunity for them to capture you.
So you said there were children down there, right?
And for them to see who you're working with.
Well, if they are working together, I'm not saying that they're not, for sure. But if they are, it's kind of odd that they have a group of people freely roaming and hiding in the cellar. They weren't locked up or anything.
There's just a lot of things that aren't adding up, and I feel like we need a few more pieces to get a good plan, because if these people are being dominated and we get rid of the egg and bring it back to the dragon's going to wipe this town out.
No, not anymore. We negotiated with the dragon and said if we get the egg back, then there was a chance we could save the town, because I convinced the dragon that there might be something more going on here, that maybe... Remember, we had that... I had made that deal with the dragon.
I don't trust the dragon either.
With this information that we have, the people under some sort of enchantment and domination, the dragon would have no reason or recall to attack the villagers that were just as wronged as them.
If the puppet master is being manipulated into stealing your family, you're gonna just forgive him?
I didn't. No one said that.
I'm trying to think of this.
It's a whole different situation, for one thing, because it would be the people being puppeted, not the puppet master themselves. So if the puppet master was being puppeted by someone else and they were just some shoe salesman that got taken control of, then sure, yeah, I'd forgive the shoe salesman.
I don't trust that dragon either. Like, there's a lot of people...
I'm not saying you should, but let's stack the odds in favor here. Mm-hmm. If we bring back the egg, and if we bring back the person who slighted the dragon and is controlling this town, then the dragon can take out whatever justice it feels necessary on that person instead of the whole fucking town.
Yeah. Dragon so far is just a parent who wants its child back and is angry.
I apologize. I was not a good analogy to use. But
Thank you.
I guess my point is, if these people are being dominated, they're innocent.
Yeah, that's the same point we're making.
But we can't just take the egg. I feel like we need to have a plan B for both situations that involves the safety of these people.
I would like to.
That was just the point I was trying to make. I may not have said it well, but
Well,
look, if the dragon is going to want to take out its revenge on the entire town, then we have to deal with that. Because once we present all this information to it and give it back its egg and give it the person who's actually doing this shit to it, if it still wants to be a vengeful asshole, that's a different situation that we'll have to deal with at that time.
And we can warn the people too. Once they're freed of this enchantment, before we give the egg back to the dragon, we can warn the innocent townsfolk and tell them they probably should scatter towards the nearest other towns and just abandon this ghost town. They'll probably want to leave anyway, like after these horrors. And then if they're scattered, the dragon won't exactly have I mean, it might take out this town, but if no one in it, then
one thing I do want to I want to check out these mines, because to me that could be a safe place for these people to bunker down in case of an aerial dragon attack.
Temporarily.
I mean,
the real problem is making sure the dragon doesn't attack in the first place, or that they're not here at all.
I can't guarantee I can fight off a dragon. That's all I'm saying.
Hopefully we won't have to. The dragon seemed fairly reasonable when I was speaking to it.
I'm just trying to...
I'm not saying we should trust it outright, but let's stack the odds in our favor.
But creatures like that tend to stick to their word, from what I've heard.
What is a word of a dragon, though? No offense.
Just saying. Magical creatures. But I mean, you bring up a good point. We'll definitely consider the safety of the townsfolk 100%. That makes a lot of sense. I'd also like to mention, when you talked about the puppet master, Syra's, like, the little cactuses that are kind of on her armor, the spines spike up whenever she gets upset, so they're slowly starting to retract again.
Screw that guy.
That's why you apologize.
Her eyes flare. It's like...
Syra gets too angry and starts shooting off cactus pins.
Oh yeah.
Callie starts rocking back and forth.
But no, you brought up some good points. So we've gotten off track a little bit, though. We're ahead of ourselves. So who's going to talk to the governor? I personally don't think it should be the whole group, but I'm fine with sitting it out.
I don't think Ruger or myself are going to take our eyes off of this egg as long as we're here. We can stay here in the shadows and just keep it in our sight at all times. We just have to make sure to talk through the rings so I stay in touch with what's happening.
Yeah, keep them activated, and I can either go or I can stay. I don't really mind. Depends on who's going.
I feel like obviously I'm going to go speaking with. But just, it would be better to have some sort of a reason why.
What are you guys gonna tell it?
I'm sorry?
What are you guys gonna tell the governor so you can get in?
Well, to that, I think your best bet for coming up with a solid plan is to talk to those friends of yours and ask them what would get you an in.
Why don't you just tell the truth? Say that there's a dragon after you. See how it reacts. Maybe we'll see fear in his eyes. Maybe we'll see panic.
You know what?
Possibly.
Nerix,
Or
would you like
he'll double down on protection on the egg.
Exactly.
So that would
Always a
probably
What's
be
the
potential.
bad.
distance on? What's the distance that you can dispel?
I mean, I could stay near the egg. That's probably another reason why I should stay. 120 feet.
There you go. You don't have to get near the egg at all.
Nerix, would you like to come with me to go see the governor?
Sure.
I don't even have to see it.
So, not gonna lie, I feel you can throw people off their game sometimes, and I mean that in a good way.
I do.
You're blunt.
Yes. Sometimes you'd be surprised what you can get from the truth. You don't have to tell the whole truth. Just give a piece of it and see how people react.
I agree. But
If
it worked.
We don't even have to say we are on a mission here from the dragon, or the dragon's looking for the egg. Just say we found a dragon. Describe the dragon, saying that we saw it nearby.
I still think if you
Searching for
mention the
something.
dragon at all of being in this area, that it could, bring down extra protection on the egg in general.
But again, if you need to dispel it, you don't need to be near it. So if they can protect it all they want.
Yeah, but if it doesn't work and we have to actually remove the thing, then
If it does come to that, I've actually kind of discovered that I'm particularly resilient to the types of magic that this thing seems to be producing. So, if we do need to get close when it's active, I guess is the word, I can do it.
that's good to know for sure.
So Callie will be a mile away. We'll give her 6-second head start, and she'll be there like that.
But again, if he ups protection, I don't mean magical protection on the egg. I mean throwing human bodies, innocent villagers in front of this thing that we'll have to take out or move aside to get to it if the dispel doesn't work.
Well, how about we do this route? I remember you saying something, Nerix, that your sect or whatever it is, that your group.
I'm sorry, what
Hunters
are you
Guild?
referring to? Spikes.
Anyway, sorry, Nerix's group of they're
Hunters
hunters,
Guild.
right?
Yes.
They hunt things.
Oh, okay. They go down.
Monsters, abominations, mutagens. Yes.
That sounds like a good inn. Wouldn't you want to go to the leader of a town and see if there's any kind of job available?
Well, that's why I approached the barkeep for that exact reason. Again, not lying.
Good.
It's what I do.
It's a great idea.
I was not aware you went to the barkeep who said that, so
You were talking to your friends.
I mean, got some information, but yeah, either way. Does anyone
Yeah,
know
it's part
where
of my
he's-
background. It's part of my actual background for it. It's like I can actually have a little bit of sway over people to talk to me as a hunter to get more information.
You're like, finally got to use it a little bit.
I can do it.
I was trying to
Forget those background feats.
come up with that idea without, metagaming too much.
So, Snit,
Well,
are
'cause
you
I
wanting
keep
to
forgetting there's background features when you pick your background. There's actually
Yeah.
things that can help influence your background. I keep forgetting that's a thing. So when I looked it up, I'm like, oh shit, people can talk to me. Cool.
I forget mine all the time. I think it's like Outlander or something like that.
Yeah, Nomad.
Oh yeah, Nomad.
So
So Snit, do you want to stay or do you want to to go with the governor team, or do you want to go sneakily? Like, I can turn you into something small if you want to just tag along with them unknown.
I think I'll actually just go with them just as I am, because I want to discourage foul play.
Okay. I'm going to stay with Callie then and leave it up to you guys. Good luck.
That works. I'm
Keep
your
us in the loop.
manager. You guys are the muscle.
I don't know how to feel about that. This is weird.
See how it goes.
So when the governor group starts to head off, Callie will take Syra and move to a slightly different location, since we'd been kind of hovering as a group in that spot for a while, and just go somewhere else that's out of sight but still in the vicinity.
Out of sight, but still keeping an eye on the tavern.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So, governor group. You make your way towards the back end of town. It doesn't take too long. The town itself isn't huge. And soon you are standing at a black iron gate that's connected to a not huge, but about 6.5 foot tall stone wall around the perimeter, in a very out of place, what almost looks like a plantation home. Very well taken care of. Like, there's like just a fresh coat of paint on it. Just out of place in the middle of a desert.
Before we do anything, I want to take a swig of one of my mutagens.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is a situation to help. So, as soon as I take the mutagen, Zelark and whoever else is with us, you see my orange skin just get a little bit shinier. And that's the only physical thing that you see. It's just my skin looks shinier.
Okay.
So I pop it before walking in. And for the DM, I am using alluring mutagen.
That the charisma one?
Yeah.
So Nerix just, unbuttons a button and
She wears like a dirty tank top, so it's more of like
I drink the bar juice. Okay.
Yeah, it makes your skin shiny and your voice becomes malleable, allowing to enhance your appearance and presence.
I'm gonna do
It's
two
very
things.
uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's very uncomfortable.
This is not. No.
I don't know.
Anyways, I'm gonna do two things.
Okay.
One of which is I'm gonna touch the platinum ring that I've given Zelark. I'm gonna cast Warding Bond. So there's that. Okay. And then I'm also going to cast See Invisibility. Both last for an hour, only See Invisibility, and neither are concentration.
Okay.
I'm going to drop Warding Bond into chat. So this spell wards a willing creature you touch and creates a mystic connection between you and the target until the spell ends. While the target is within 6 feet of you, it gains +1 AC and saving throws, and it has resistance to all damage. Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. The spell ends if you drop to 0 hit points, or if you and the target become separated by more than 60 feet.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a damage halfer, but It's a weird way of saying I take half the damage that you take.
Got it.
But yeah, +1 to AC and throws. And then, of course, see invisibility is see invisibility.
I mean, that's self-explanatory.
I feel.
Okay. So
I don't know what that spell is.
But that's why everybody has platinum rings. Yay!
So with the spells cast and the uncomfortable bard potion drink, how are you going about getting into the residence?
Going to walk straight up to the front gate.
Yep. As you push on the front gate, well-oiled hinges, just opens wide up, no lock on it. And you walk in.
No guards or anything?
No guards, no nothing.
All right, we'll walk up to the door. And
Reticle's down, by the way.
As you knock on it, the door kind of just opens up.
Oh god, bad juju's in here. Already bad feeling.
That's unnerving. And I just
Perception check, please.
I'm going to.
What check are you doing?
Hand on Zelek's shoulder. I'm not letting him cross that threshold just yet. I'm doing a perception check, sight, hearing, anything.
Okay.
This is not right.
It's gonna do the same thing.
And I'm going to
Mare's door should not be
and just go, stand by, guys, we might need you.
In the ring, I'm going to respond and say, I'm going to check in every now and then, and if you guys can't talk, just cough into the ring once if everything's okay, cough twice if you need backup.
Sorry, I just had something in my throat.
Oh no! Run! Go!
It's like Mare's just
that was IRL, not RP.
She just coughed twice. That was twice.
Dirty 20 perception.
So dirty 20. As you open the door, a smell of earth and decay kind of just hits you. But with your reticle down, you see no signs of life inside, no heat signatures, no nothing.
If it makes a difference, I got a 25 perception check.
Same thing. You just smell earth and decay from the inside of the manor.
I did not make a perception.
Yeah, but my hand's on your shoulder, and yeah, just be like, there's nothing alive in.
I immediately just kind of have my hand ready, just if I need to grab a weapon, just kind of like off to the side, just waiting in case something pops out.
Just waiting to hit that quick draw if you need to.
Pretty much,
right.
Yeah.
And as you stand there at the door with the sense of earth and decay kind of like spilling out, nothing meets you. The door is just barely opened a crack. It's dark inside. There's no lamps, no lanterns, nothing on.
So I pull him back a couple steps from the door, and I'm gonna check around to see if there's any traps on the door or pressure plates or anything like that behind the door.
There's nothing on the door.
As soon as you start to push me back, I will pop behind you in your shadow and just be like, after you.
Question of clarification for those in there that can see what's going on. You describe it as being like decayed.
No,
does it seem like it's more than the 2 years that we expect the town having been built in, just 2 years ago, or does it look like older than that?
There isn't really a sign of decay. It's just the scent of decay coming from the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's been 2 years, there'd be no scent of decay anymore. If the door was also kind of.
I was just picturing like an abandoned, old, decaying house. So it was like I had the wrong image. So I was like,
I
thought
get you.
the town was only 2 years old. So just wanted to clarify.
How does the house look?
Yeah.
Outside, house looks immaculate. Like,
what am I seeing through the opening in the door?
When you look in the door, you see what would normally just be a a typical layout of like a state home. Very fine tables, works of art along like the entryway walls. Nothing out of place.
But out of care?
No,
I was gonna say, is it dusty?
no, not a trace of dust anywhere.
So someone's been upkeeping this, or the magic. Slowly walk in and try to listen for anything. See anything.
Okay.
Weapons are out.
As
least-
you walk in and you're straining to hear, go ahead and give me a perception check again.
I'm gonna pull out 2 daggers, and both with the flame attribute
Okay.
to give off some light.
26.
Hold on real quick. I know I have it. Where is it? Here we go. I am immediately, because I can do it as an action to swap it out. I'm gonna go ahead and chug one of my percipient mutagens to give me advantage on all my wisdom abilities.
Okay.
Oh, but the side effect is I have disadvantage on charisma. Like I didn't have that already.
Snit's
Oh,
also
that's good.
gonna be saying into the ring, the house seems to be abandoned. It sounds like death in here, but it's still upkept. We're going in. Check it out.
As you go in and you make those perception checks, you begin to hear an air draft coming from deeper in the house.
God.
The mine is in the house.
First of all, I got a 25 on my perception check if
Yeah.
that does anything.
Same thing. You all just hear that draft of air emanating from deeper in the house.
I want to follow it slowly and cautiously.
I'm going to
Head on a swivel.
I'm gonna look to Snit, just because we have a shared background. And just go, I would love to go see the office. There has to be some sort of information in there before we go after whatever that noise is.
I mean, it's a possibility. Nerix, would you kind of want to check out the rest of the place before we go to the place that's calling, screaming for us to investigate?
Nerix is in work mode. And she's
Same
going
here.
to... I know, I understand that. So she will nod, but still slowly and cautiously approach the sound. Trying to keep herself hidden.
Okay. So Nerix,
She's not gonna touch anything. She just wants to see what it is.
Nerix, as you walk back further into the house, you come to an open set of double doors that are on around a corner to your right, and inside is this large, what looks like used to be ballroom, but now it is almost filled to the brim along the walls with rough cut stones and different ores. Various skeletons on the ground, some of them charred with like a black necrotic decay, others look like they've been there for quite some time. And onto the right wall, the wall has been blown out, and you can see a minecart with some makeshift mine tracks leading down into a tunnel going deeper below the house.
Found the mine.
I'm
How?
You found a mine inside the house?
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's bodies and ore everywhere. Skeletons, sorry.
Oh shit. I'm gonna look over at Callie. Do you think maybe we should join them? I'm thinking we should go back and join them.
If you want to go catch up to them, You can go. I can stay here, and if you need me, just let me know. You know I can be there in an instant.
It's true. I'm gonna hustle over there.
Okay, keep me updated.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
And
keep an eye on the egg.
I'm gonna turn into let's see. Well, how far is it? Because I
It's
want to
not
get
that
there
far.
quickly.
It's not that far.
Okay,
Like, if
so
you were to turn into dog mode, you can get there almost instantaneously.
okay. I'll turn into an owl and
Okay.
fly.
Alrighty. And it takes
Is there an
about,
open window or anything I can get in?
well, the front door is wide open.
Okay, I'll fly in and find them, however long that takes. But
Snit
We'll see
and
them first.
Snit and Zelark are standing next to like a staircase, that's leading up onto the second floor. Sort of looking like as if they're about to investigate.
and you guys see a like a dark feathered owl, but when you look closely, they're like dark violet feathers with like red eyes. And she flies over and just perches on the stairs and looks at you guys and hoots. And she's got little horns that curl.
I'm gonna quietly walk over to Nyx. You satisfied? For now.
Huh?
What? You're on a yeah.
I'm on the network. I'm keeping an eye on this freaking mine.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try to find my
So
sister.
I didn't walk back.
You're trying to secure that spot.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly over to where Nerix is and sit on her shoulder.
Oh Jesus.
Like,
All right.
Okay.
So Snit and Zelark, I mean, unless you disagree with me, but we're gonna go try to investigate the upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you go ahead and give me investigation rolls.
And stealth.
Yes.
Trying to do the stealthy.
Gonna put the flame daggers away and just have my cane out so I can easily switch to the rapier instead.
26 stealth, and that is a 17 investigation.
Okay. What about Zelark?
Only a 24 stealth.
Oh man, I'm sorry, you fail.
Oh my.
I rolled a 19. And a nat 20 investigation for 25.
I hate when this happens. So you two clear room by room the upper floor, and it is completely devoid of anything. There is no furniture, there is no beds, there are no desks, no books, no anything. It is empty.
Really? Okay.
Good to confirm.
It's just odd that there's this show of, residents in the downstairs, but the upstairs completely empty.
Like there's no paintings on the walls.
No paintings, no anything. You could see like outlines, like very faint outlines where things used to be, but they're gone now.
It's like a facade.
I still have see invisibility up if that matters for anything.
There is no invisibility to be seen.
Okay.
Get to the office. Did you find the office? Oh, did you find the office?
There is no office.
There is nothing up here. Empty rooms completely cleaned out.
All right.
Nerix's mind is like, good, I prioritized.
Shall we go talk to our new friends?
I think we should continue investigating while we're here.
but let's not go down the mine. That would just be stupid without everything. We just confirmed there is death, decay, and where they work here, so we need to get more information, and unfortunately in the morning the egg will be fine, but it sounds like if we want to do anything investigative here, it needs to be now, because they're just gonna come here straight in the morning. As the owl's just like, whoa.
Sorry, like hugs on your arm, like.
Would the
flutter.
investigation have covered for any secret doors?
Yeah, with how high you
Okay.
guys would have rolled, there is nothing up there,
Okay.
They see into the ethereal plane.
and it's empty.
It's empty. Oh God,
Cyrus
that's
starts
even more unnerving.
Cyrus starts
Um,
flying and like is getting closer towards the entrance to the mine and like flies in front of it.
Okay, so Syra, as you fly close to the mine, tucked away behind the mine cart, cut off from vision as to where Nerix is standing, you see a dead body, but it's still fresh.
I'll like circle it and then call out, "Whoo! Whoo, whoo, whoo,"
No.
and then dive down and sit on the body.
I will have my bow out at this point
Okay.
and just have it drawn just in case anything pops out. Just going towards the body.
Yeah, moving in.
So the
Can I
body.
do a medicine check as an owl? So I like
Yeah,
hop around on
you
it.
can.
Okay.
I mean,
You still have your wisdom stats, so yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Owl, MD.
Dr. Owl. Yes.
Oh my god, there's a new owl race, and I need to show you guys what I found
Oh.
of an owl bartender. It was
Dr.
great.
Hoot Hoot.
Dr. Hoot Hoot.
Dr. Hoot.
Okay, it's high math, so give me a second. 22.
22. With your owl medicine check, all those years in avian medical school have come to fruition. This is a fresh death. This maybe died in the past 12 hours.
Do I
So-
sense how it
Jeez.
died?
Though the body itself is ragged. It looks like they died due to massive exhaustion. The skin is taut. It doesn't look like they've necessarily have slept much in, from what you can guess, maybe a month.
So severe exhaustion.
Severe
Being
exhaustion.
overworked. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's,
So when you
that's-
guys come over to the body, the owl starts acting like it's been pulling a heavy cart. Its little feathers are gonna go up like, and then she's gonna be like, and just like fall over, like playing dead with her little like owl talons in the air.
The little legs kicking the air.
Yeah.
So are you saying that this guy was run over by a cart? You know,
Her
I'm just gonna
feathers
roll to
flew
see if I
up.
understand. I'm just gonna roll to see if I understand. I'm gonna do an insight.
2 words.
Okay, yeah, no, I totally know that's a 21. Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
like, well,
You read Syra Owl.
yeah, it's like, well, it was mentioned before about how they don't sleep. They just hang out and then go straight here, so that would make sense. Hop, hop, hop. So that would explain a lot more of the decay. I'm sure there's a lot more bodies down there as well as up here, as he's kind of gesturing to the skeletons and everything too. It's just like, there's definitely got to be more around here, but they are mining for something. That is for sure. It's just a matter of what, unless we go down here. But I, honestly, my vote, and this is all through the Ring Network, just so everyone can hear and be up to date, especially since Callie said she wanted to be up to date. She's like, I suggest we get more information from Zelark's friends, and then maybe tomorrow night investigate the mines if we want to. But they are searching for something. Or building something. Digging out for whatever. But something is going on that is forcing these people to work nonstop, literally. Because of
Syra
something here.
Kind of motions for like, I want to fly in there. and looks at you questioningly, like,
I wouldn't.
she makes a motion
it'd-
with her wings that goes like little bit.
So you want to do the whole let's throw a canary down a mine thing here? I was gonna avoid that joke, but when you said little, I was like, I mean, I have a bad feeling, but if you think you can get in, get out really quick.
We
if
have
you
got
see more than one tunnel, no. If there is multiple tunnels, no. Get back up here. I don't want you getting lost.
Would we have gotten back to Nyrix by this point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that like you cleared the upstairs and made it back down into like the ballroom, and as you enter, you see like just the mass quantities of like rough gems and ore kind of just like tucked against the walls, covering this like entire area.
I want to look at what's along the walls and
Same thing,
see,
just ore and
see what exactly has been brought up. Like,
yeah, rough cut, like uncut gems and ore, various
gold,
kinds,
platinum,
various kinds.
Okay, I'm gonna take some of the uncut gems and stuff them in a pocket.
Do you even know what kind of gems they are?
I don't care. They're free now, so they'll get me some kind of profit.
So when I just said
So
we don't know what they're
Zelark,
mining for.
Zelark, I need
Yep.
you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Yes.
Accurate.
You have a +1.
If I was over there, I would have pecked your hand.
This is what I was afraid.
18.
18. So you you grab one of these gems, and instantly you feel something try to reach into your mind and try to probe it, and just that feeling makes you drop the rock.
Well, don't
what are you doing?
touch the rocks.
Yeah, no shit. Why are you touching everything when they're clearly looking for something here?
They're sentient.
So,
yeah,
hands
let's
in your
go talk to
pocket.
her. They were about to go into my pocket, and I just poof into the tunnel, not the tunnel, but the hallway.
There is not enough light for you to poof.
So, like, complete darkness doesn't count as a
No,
shadow.
it has to be shadows,
No.
not complete darkness.
Damn.
There has to be a sense of light to create a shadow for you to do it.
You would just bam forever then.
What's up, Shadow Fox?
75 feet.
So while all this has been going on, I want to look at this stuff, but I want to look at it from the perspective of figuring out what kind of ores and materials these are and trying to figure out what they could potentially be used for, since
It's
artificer, crafting.
it's honestly a clusterfuck of gems and ore. It doesn't look like they've actually been mining one specific thing. It's almost
Right,
as if
it's whatever they've found they brought up.
Almost as if they're hoarding.
Oh, almost as if they're hoarding.
Interesting choice of words. All right. I'm going to fly in
Okay. So you fly into this tunnel.
stealthily.
As you fly into this tunnel, you like
You're the proper creature to stealth.
it goes down, and it begins to like corkscrew down a bit, and as you're going down, you can see numerous bodies in various states of decay, kind of like tucked off to the sides to clear space for the mine carts, just laying on the ground. And there are probably, like, the distance that you fly down, probably about a good 50 people down here.
Okay.
Well, I should say 50 bodies.
And I'm trying carefully not to touch the stones or anything.
Oh yeah, it's wide enough for you to fly down the center without an issue.
Okay.
And you come out. Well, how far are you going to fly down this thing?
I keep following it until it splits.
Okay.
If there's a split.
So you fly down for about a mile, and it
Okay.
enters into an expansive cavern.
I'm gonna fly around the cavern and take
And-
a close look around.
As you fly around the cavern, there are like hundreds of bodies down here.
And I have dark
just-
vision of 120
Mhm.
feet as an owl.
just splayed out,
Nice.
dead. There are various tools like mining equipment down here, more mining carts that spread off into different tunnels. This seems to be like the central hub of it, but there are more bodies in here that this town would be able to house.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's just bodies and tools,
Bodies, tools, mining equipment, various, again, more gems and ores that are like tucked away into mine carts ready to be moved along the next day.
Okay.
But
Do I
they're-
see any signs that the bodies have been chewed upon or eaten impartially? They just look like they all look the same, like exhaustion.
If you're going to do that, go ahead and give me another medicine check.
Okay. Use this guy. Okay. Ooh, that's really good. So Dr. Allison is got a 25.
A 25. So the bodies that are roughly fresh that you can get a look at, yes, they have all died of overexhaustion.
Okay. Is there any other passageways? So I've made it to this large central chamber. Is there any passageways that shoot out from the chamber,
there are like 4 different branching tunnels that spread out.
Okay, I have a moment of indecision because I really want to keep exploring and figuring this out, but my sister told me no. So I'm just going to go to the entrance of each of these tunnels, and I'd like to look into them with my 120 feet of dark vision and like smell them and just like try to perceive what might be down each tunnel, or if there's any differences in the air for each tunnel.
This entire cave reeks of decay.
So it's hard to differentiate anything.
This entire shaft just smells like, you know, a rotting cesspit at this point in time.
Okay.
But as you're
And
looking
the
down
wind,
these tunnels,
like, it feels the same, like
it's just
the air
this,
feels the same.
It's just this very uncomfortable, humid air that's sort of emanating out of these tunnels. But as you're looking through each of the tunnels, they go out about 120 feet and they continue to keep going.
Okay. All right. So I will do flap frustrated and then start flying back.
Okay. And she's gone for she's gone for some time, but she flies back up out of the tunnel.
Perch on your shoulder, Nyrix.
All right. I don't want you to pantomime this the entire time because that's going to be hard as an owl. So why don't you just say this for now? Is it bad down there? Was anything moving down there? And there are bodies down there? Oh, a lot of bodies? Oh, shit.
2 words.
All right.
Sounds like.
You saw nothing moving. Okay.
And I'll hop
All
over
right.
to the dead body and like peck at it and look at you pointedly with a wing.
So as this is going on,
Shit.
Callie.
Yes.
Where exactly in town are you?
So I am sticking real close to the tavern, so that like I'm within eyesight, or rather, its windows are within my eyesight. After Syra left, I changed locations again just in case, but I'm sticking like right on the tavern with Ruger also kind of covering the aerial view of the tavern.
Go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage since you have Ruger.
I can do that, right? This character yes, this character can do that.
I would hope so.
Usually my characters can't, but yeah, that is going to be 25.
25. So you see this through Ruger's eyes. As night goes on and the clouds kind of pass by the moonlight, you catch the tail of a large creature in the sky. And then you begin to hear very heavy wing beats. as descending down from the clouds, you can see a dragon heading straight down towards the mansion, or towards the plantation home. And as it goes into a dive bomb, you can see its shape change as it tucks through a sort of like a stovepipe. And then it's gone.
Did the dragon form resemble the topaz dragon, or is it something else? Did I have a clear enough view to even determine that?
Let's say go ahead and give me an intelligence roll here.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, there's a 3 on the die for a total of 2.
It looks like a dragon. Very large sky lizard.
Okay.
At least you got the race. Great shirt.
So I will immediately, once seeing it shape change and like dive down into a pipe of some kind.
It's a basic stovepipe. It kind of like shape changed and then like turned into a mist and just went down into the stovepipe.
Where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I see it kind of dive down in the general vicinity of that manor and shape change, I will immediately get on the ring. You guys have company. A dragon in your location. It changed into something. It's right on top of you.
We need to go now.
I throw a flame dagger by the entrance to create light, and then poof into a shadow into the hallway.
So the moment
fire in a dark
Thanks for-
house.
the
fire in a
moment-
dark house.
Yeah,
the moment
thanks for drawing its attention.
the moment the dagger leaves your hand and catches air, a flame is snuffed out as it kind of just embeds itself into a wall.
Is there a window in this ballroom?
Yeah, there's a back window that's kind of got like the little archway display.
Are they closed or open?
It's closed. It's just a large structure of window panes.
I fly over to it and start like flapping near it, obviously, like, and looking back at my sister.
Immediately going over, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, we need to find a window or a back door. So yeah.
So you go over to the
same
window and there's no latches or anything. This is a display window, but you can see that it looks out into the like what would be the backyard of this house.
So it's a fake window.
It's not a fake window. It's
just
it's one of those very large like patio windows where like for like a ballroom where you're just supposed to look out and
it just doesn't open.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to break it.
It's there to enjoy the ambiance, not open to give any air to the house.
Snit, we need you to unlock this or something. Help us unhinge this or whatever, so I don't have to break the glass. You're muted.
Go over to help.
Okay, and as you go over to help, you see the same thing. There are no hinges, there are no latches. It's just a bunch of panes of glass.
Doesn't open at all.
Doesn't open at all.
I'm gonna fly out, noticing that they're struggling with it. I'm gonna fly out into the hall and look for a window that can be opened.
As you fly out to the hall, you can hear the creak of wood above you and what sounds like footfalls
above. Okay,
like on the second floor.
Just let's get out the front door.
And then you hear humming as whoever is above you is just humming a soft tune to themselves.
I fly back in and I'm gonna motion towards the mines and let her like try to fly up a little bit to get her attention that something's up there. Like,
shit. Quick question. So the layout of the mansion, how close is the ballroom doors to the main entrance?
You would have to go around a corner, then it's probably a good 60 feet.
Okay, and then the stairwell is
Near the entrance.
the entrance, but not the. Okay. All right, never mind.
I guess I'll just motion that something's coming from upstairs and let Nyrix decide what to do.
Muted.
Oh, sorry, I said you went towards the front, right?
Yeah, I went towards
Or
the
you
front
just hear it?
of the door, and then cancel the mine part. But I went towards the front of the door, and I heard the humming and stuff, and then I immediately flew kind of straight up and flapped and tried to get your attention.
Is it near the front door? Can we make it through the front door?
I'm gonna peek out.
Front door is wide open.
I'll nod.
We need to go now. We need to go now. Can you? I really hate to do this. Do you mind if I just nick your your claw or something real quick?
Nope.
Okay.
I just hold it out.
Okay, and I'll just go ahead and I'll just make.
She's got 3 HP.
This is a 1 HP thing. I don't need anything. I just need her to have a cut.
Yeah, I only have 1 HP, so maybe not.
Oh shit! Never mind.
Emotion.
Never mind. Old fashioned. You know what? I can have someone else do it. I don't care. But anyone, just run. Let's just run. We need to go now. We cannot hesitate. We need to go now.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're running,
and
as
full fly.
Okay. So are you guys trying to do this a bit stealthy, or are you just full on sprinting?
Stealth.
Probably stealth sprint. Yeah.
Okay.
Stealth.
Since it is a stealth sprint, I need everybody to give me stealth rolls at disadvantage.
Am I at disadvantage because I'm flying?
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You're tiny enough that it's not really going to cause an issue.
Okay.
I think I actually might be okay.
I got a dirty 20 from an owl.
And I was grabbing Zelek because I know he can't fly as fast as us. Run as fast as we can fly.
So I think it's just him and me that are rolling then. Me and Snit.
Yeah.
I got a dirty 20 with disadvantage.
Got a 25.
25. So all of you begin blowing down this. You're being carried right now, so you don't even need to roll that. Begin blowing down this hallway. Right as you can hear the footfalls kind of following you. And you make it out the front door, past the gates, and then you just hear a creak of the wood as the door shuts behind you.
I'm gonna turn around mid-flight and go up to a window that I can see and just along the sides just kind of peek in.
Okay. And as you look around the sides and peek in, you can see this medium-sized person in a very a long flowing black cloak. Hood is pulled over their head, and they reach into their bag and they pull up this liquid-like orb. They kind of squeeze it, and as the liquid drops to the ground, you can see it spread out to the corpses on the floor as they begin to wiggle and then reanimate. And they begin to walk over and pick up the ore in the ore and the gems that are in along the wall. And they begin loading it into a mine cart.
Okay. And then where does he go from there? Because I'm going to try to follow him through the windows.
Stands there and watch them. And as soon as the mine cart is loaded, he pulls out a medallion. He sort of aims it at the cart, and with a bright flash of light, the gem in the center of the medallion absorbs the mine cart. Takes it and he puts it back into the cloak. He begins to look around.
I hide.
And it right as you go to hide, it almost looks as if it's sniffing. as if it senses something.
I fly away. Not fucking with that.
I want that medallion.
So I'm gonna fly back over and find my group.
Where is the group after they exit out of the manor?
Running for nearest cover.
Yeah, honestly,
Lost
cover
in
first.
I'm lost in Snit's eyes, in his grasp. He's like a princess carrying me stealthily.
No, it was grabbed by nape of
Princess
neck and drag along.
Not in his vision, you're not.
Careless whispers intensifies.
Cost.
Sexy saxophone sounds. Yeah.
So where do you guys go?
Yep.
Just like
Somewhere
behind the
where we
nearest
could just
building or
hide.
something?
Yeah,
I'm
in
just
case he
getting-
follows or something, just wanted to hide and just kind of wait it out for a bit before continuing forward. So wherever's the closest cover.
Just being whisked away.
All right, so when I fly away, I'm gonna search for you guys, and
I was gonna say, like, after we actually find a hiding spot, I'm just gonna try to do my best for someone who's not a native to this town as to where we are to kind of help.
We're
in an alley over by this building.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you ducked behind the first building you saw.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep,
I'm
that's
gonna
descriptive enough for the first building.
I'll flutter over to them and I'll look around to see if there's anyone in eyesight.
Aside from all of you, there is nobody else on the streets.
I transform into myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop wild shape, and you see me visibly sweating, and like, just my eyes are just wide, and I look a little paler than usual.
What did you see? What
Not
happened?
here, further away, please.
Okay.
Let's go back to
All right.
Kelly.
Is it following us?
I don't think so, but it sensed me at the end. I had to book it. I think we should get further
All right.
away.
We need to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep it. Let's go back to the skiff.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, we're going back to the skiff right now. We need to regroup. We have information.
Okay. When you talk about it, do it over the rings. I'm staying where I am.
Are you sure?
100%. I'm out of sight. Nobody knows I'm here.
She's
Okay, well,
fast.
just
She'll
so
be
you
fine.
know, it's was sniffing around. Your scent might not be familiar to the town, so just keep a heads up.
Okay, I will.
Let us know if you're
I'm
in
gonna
danger.
describe, like, as we're walking, I'm gonna really quietly talk into the ring and describe the figure, with the hood up and the cloak and everything. And I say, if you see that figure, run as fast as you can, as far as you can.
Okay,
Just hide.
I will.
Don't engage.
Got it.
I have a question for you, Rojan.
Mm-hmm.
Does the cloak and well, never mind. I didn't see it, so never mind.
Yeah, I haven't described it. Well, I mean, I just described it over the ring, so yeah, you heard the description.
Just a black
Okay.
cloak.
Like, so nothing like some of the other cloaked figures we've met on our
No,
journeys.
nothing. It's literally just like from what Syra could see was just a black cloak. Its details weren't really in enough light to define it.
All right. And is there any kind of moonlight or starlight or anything?
Every now and then, there are
So-
there are clouds in the sky at night that keep passing by and blocking the moon out.
Enough for now. I can see shadows of like the building from the buildings and everything.
Every now and then, yeah.
So we try to go back to the skiff. Are we able to leave the town enough to get to the
So-
skiff?
You get to the town border, and you begin heading towards the skiff, and then you find yourselves walking back into town.
Wait, I thought we were walking this way.
Oh, fuck.
A feeling of not wanting to leave or not being able to leave is kind of flowing inside of you.
Oh,
Fuck. The
Um,
enchantment.
Callie, I don't think we can leave if we wanted to.
That's not a good thing, right?
No.
We keep walking out and then find ourselves somehow turned around without our knowing it, walking back into town.
There are some people who need to answer some questions.
Yeah, let's
Let
go
me-
find your friends.
Wait, I had to tell you guys some shit, okay? So let's just find a quiet spot.
Okay, so before we do that,
Shannon Valley.
before you start explaining the creepy shit you saw, let's go ahead and take our second break for the day. So we get up, stretch our legs, and prepare for the creepy, scary story that Sarah's about to tell. So, stick with us, everyone. We
Gather
will be
around,
back.
children.
Gather around, children, and get ready to crap your pants.
The things my allies have seen.
We will be right back.
To redemption on the other
it's smaller than us.
Okay.
That's a good plan.
I'm prepared for
That's-
that.
We're
Don't want
back.
to do it if we don't have to.
Intriguing. Okay.
So, Tyra, I believe you have some spooky stuff to convey to your companions.
All right, so part 1 of the scary story. I flew in there as an owl, right, inside the mine, and it goes on for like a mile or more, and it opens its big chamber, and everywhere is just dead bodies. I mean, hundreds of dead bodies, way more than there could have been even people in this little freaking town. Ridiculous number of dead bodies. And just mining equipment and shit everywhere. And then there's like 4 tunnels that spin off of the major tunnel or the major opening area. And I went around and they all just smell like dead. And so I didn't go any further because my sister said not to go if the thing splits. So I turned around, I flew back, and then we got the warning from Callie, which, by the way, thank you so much, because that guy is super creepy. And we we got out of there, right? And like I went up on perch to kind of check it out to see if it was gonna follow us, and I saw it go and it closed the door, like, hey, my door's open, and it like closed the door. And then it had like this dark hood like I described
She's
earlier,
always like this.
and everything. And then it went over to the dead guy, and I was watching it, hopping around, and it like brought the dead guy back to life, and then it sucked a minecart into this amulet. So
That's how it keeps the business going then. Keep people working, even the dead.
is people in the town even alive, or are all these people dead? Is everybody just dead, or are these just the ones that aren't dead yet from exhaustion? By the way, all of them dead from exhaustion. Like
But
they
there's
haven't
more
slept in months
people.
or a month
There's more
straight.
people here than the town.
Yeah.
Do you
So
think that
many
fucking
dead.
dragon was contributing to this? The
No,
topaz one.
I don't think that's the same dragon.
No, I know
get
that, but
A much creepier sense from this dragon.
what if this is a partnership? He sends adventurers people here, and the other dragon puts them to work, because you said there were more bodies than people in this town. What if those are years of manipulating and trying to pull on the heartstrings of poor little old adventurers, or adventurers looking for glory and danger, just to end up in staying here?
Why
So
go
you know
through
what? You're
that
right.
kind
That
of-
is that dragon's egg, to manipulate us.
But why would the dragon go to all that trouble when, I mean, they could just as easily scoop us up in their talons, drop us in the town, and then the magic of the town would make sure that we wouldn't leave. Why go through
Because
all the ruse?
They're manipulative.
Maybe
Part of the magic.
maybe we first have to walk into the town willing.
Oh. Well, that's bullshit.
Yes, it is.
It's just straight up bullshit. Why do people keep doing this? Why can't they just, like...
This is why I don't trust anything. This is why I just go off on my own.
This is just... All her
Welcome
little
to my
spikes
world.
on her cactus just go up because she's just frustrated.
Am I the only one who is wondering? Did these have anything to do with the the undead guy that attacked your village?
Didn't look like the same people.
No.
We've been dealing with a weird amount of necromancers lately.
Yeah, but this is a dragon that has necromantic abilities.
I don't
I'm
know.
also going to help you and stop you right there as someone who lives out in the wastes. There's a lot of that shit. It's in full abundance. That is not uncommon at all.
Okay.
They were from
That's-
another plane of existence, I thought. But you never know. There could be a connection. You're right. We don't know.
I mean,
Black cloaks and
yes.
undead stuff does say the same thing, but it could be a coincidence too. I mean, if you were a dude that could control the dead, what color would you wear?
Obvious black.
Probably a dark black cloak. It seems like the standard style, I guess, for them.
I mean, I used to wear a dark black cloak just for sneaking around. It's useful for very many things.
I like color.
As do I.
I'm indifferent.
Either way, I feel like we need to talk to my new friends.
You can talk to
And
your
ask-
new friends.
We need to ask how they got here, and about if they've seen other newbies coming in here.
I'm still not convinced that they're not working for this dragon thing.
Well,
Well,
there's
good thing
certain
we're
ways
not
to
going
ask
in trusting.
questions.
Yeah. Regardless, you should 100% ask them shit.
They wanted all of us to meet them tonight before the sunrise. I don't fully trust that, but
Yeah.
if you guys could be near just in case.
Well, it's still early in the evening, so we can have plenty of time go in, and if we're not feeling comfortable, depending on the information, we could just be like, bye. Obviously, we can't leave the fucking town right now, but we don't have to stay with them.
Yeah.
I want to look around, see if anybody's taking notice of us.
There is nobody. Like, everybody who is in town is in the tavern at the moment.
Can I look inside
Roshan has said this many times, though they stay there.
Those people that we're talking about don't strictly follow that schedule. Checking
Okay,
up
that's
on it
fair.
every once in a while is completely excusable. So shush.
And can I look inside of a building that's next to us?
Mhm.
Like, just to see what's in there?
Yeah, and when you look inside, it looks like this was at some point a tailor shop. You can see clothes on like display mannequins, a little workstation, signs with prices, but all of them covered in a very thick layer of dust, as if nobody has been inside for months.
Well,
What I hear is zero cost shopping spree. I loot the village.
Do they have a magic item store?
I
Is it abandoned?
that, by the way. Should we make one of these houses our own base
For
of
the night?
operations?
Yeah, I think having our house pop up is going to be a little bit of a, hey, here we are. So I'm all for that plan. That plan, 100%.
All right. And is there any kind of moonlight going into the building that I saw? That's
Not
how
much.
I could look at it,
Not much.
but enough to maybe cast a shadow?
No, not from what you can see.
You're obsessed, man. You are obsessed.
We should pick one that has line of sight on the tavern.
So as you're looking in the
Yeah.
as you're looking into the shop, Zelark, you hear your name being whispered. Zelark. Zelark.
I look in the direction.
And it's the same gentleman that you met at the tavern. He's like motioning you over to the alleyway that he's poking out of. You can see like a look of worry on his face.
And then, yeah, I'll make my way over.
As he like looks around, he like reaches out to grab you to pull you into the shadows, like still panicked on his face. I don't know what the hell you did or your friends did, but something has upset the town.
What do you mean?
Have you ever kicked an ant hill? You see how all the ants start scurrying about, a little panicked and angry.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the tavern is turning into at the moment. We need to
Okay.
get you, and we need to get your friends underground, and we need to get you underground now.
Also, before that, and then I push him up against the wall. Why didn't you fucking mention a dragon?
Oh, he kind of like holds it. What dragon?
The one that's in the mayor's house.
Governor.
Whatever.
There's a dragon in the governor's house.
Fucking pigeons. No.
It's like that's news to me. I haven't seen a dragon at all in this town.
Really?
Like I said, we haven't seen the governor for 2 months since we got this egg. He has not left that manor.
Sarah said that he transformed, so obviously they won't recognize it as a dragon. So that, in a way, benefit of the doubt would check out.
Did you follow me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I assumed
no, sorry, I didn't say anything. I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm totally following them.
I'm not.
Sorry, yes, I like pop up behind and scare you.
By the scruff.
I
I
understand your distrust. Time is of the essence here. If you wish to survive, you need to come with me. Otherwise, you are about to have
dead in the mines.
What hundreds of dead? Again, I've never been in the mines.
Are you native here?
Yes.
How long? Born and raised?
Well, not born, but since the start.
And how many people have walked through this town that you have tried to warn or just watch that weren't from here?
You're the first in a long while that haven't succumbed to the influence of this town right as you set foot in. Those of us.
So you're telling me more have come in?
Yes, and those who have resisted it are still with us underground.
Insight check.
Sure.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Yes. Wait, is insight check wisdom?
Really?
Do I
Yes.
still have advantage? Because I didn't push it out of my system.
17.
20 for 26.
He is afraid, but he is telling the truth.
Okay. I believe you, but we are missing pieces here of what the fuck is going on in those mines.
Welcome to my world for the past 2 months. We haven't
Anyone visited the governor?
Some people have said they were going to speak to him, though I don't see them again.
What? And I, again, still have him held up. It's like, what have you done?
Survived is what we've done. We can't get out of this town, as I assume you have tried to leave. Something is keeping us here. So we use what little protection that we have to ward off the influence. But it's only situated to that shop that you and I previously spoken. We have an item that wards off the influence of the town. So
What item?
I don't know how long it has left. It's a candle.
Have I heard of anything like this?
Give me a Arcana check.
So I would assume if it wards off creatures or something or scents, it would be kind of right up my alley. I'm sorry, what was the check?
Arcana.
Damn, it's intelligence. All right, one die.
Damn, I have to use my brain.
Damn it. 12?
12. You've heard of magical items before that have the ability to ward off or protect from magical influences.
Okay. Okay, not sure how you came across it, but that item would be incredibly useful if it helps over magical influence, which would explain why you guys are still mentally sane from its influence anyway. So what do we want to do, Zelark? We need to go somewhere right now.
I don't know about you.
I'm going to inspect this item.
getting tired of being toyed with by other fucking people. And I let him go.
He kind of just like
Life,
straightens his coat. Does that mean you'll come with me? He like opens the coat. He's like, I have no weapons on me. I have no nothing. All I'm trying to do is help ensure that your friends do not succumb to this.
I was gonna flash us or something and go, do you want to buy drugs? Whatever it takes for you to come with me.
3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Sorry, that's where my brain went. Okay.
Lead the way.
What's going on, sis?
Come on over with us. Follow us. We're gonna go to their hideout and get some more information. Callie, since this is all in the network, Callie, please keep an eye out. And if you
need to have everyone
may
come
have
with
an
us.
item to help.
Everyone.
Callie, grab Raju and come.
I'm staying where I am, but I'll make sure Reiju gets there.
Why do we all have to come?
If you are not within the glow of the candle by sunrise, there is a very high chance you will fall victim to the influence of this town. At that point in time, you are lost.
All right,
Callie, you might have to come with us, or else you're going to be put underneath the spell.
Before
can't be.
sunrise. Before sunrise. Promise?
I'm promising you guys that I won't fall under this spell. It just
How
it
can
won't,
you guarantee that?
It's you know what it is. It's domination. It won't work on me.
Life at disadvantage. Thank you for that raid.
I look at
We were just
Callie
talking about life.
and I was like, are you sure?
Even if it does take hold somehow, I can wipe it away in an instant.
Okay.
Shit. It's monk
Callie's
shit.
got a lot of weird, cool tricks. I trust her. If she knows she'll be all right, she'll be all right.
Not with
She is strong-willed.
I don't
with the town searching for you. As I said, the anthill has been kicked.
Well, I trust her.
Hide well.
I will. I promise. And if I feel like it's too much, I'm out of here.
Good.
We'll tell you where we go.
Okay.
How long till sunrise?
At this point in time, probably 6 hours.
Okay. Callie, if you stay out here, you might not get a rest.
I understand.
Okay.
Well, also, none of you are feeling exhaustion at all. None of you feel tired. You still feel as if you're fresh at the start of a new day.
But see, that's also kind of the scary part too, is these people didn't either, and look what happened because their bodies said otherwise.
I know what Syra's thinking.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
she was gonna try to force herself to nap. I'm gonna give you a couple of cactus berries here. They're good berries. And it'll protect you from being afraid too, if that matters. So she gives you like 3 of those.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And, or I guess like I'll hold on to it because I might need them, so I'll give you 1.
That's right.
Wait, I might need these.
And what else can I give you? I don't think I have much that I can do. There any plants in the area?
Nope.
Wild
Middle,
West town.
middle of the desert.
Any animals?
The only animal that you have seen so far were the 2 that you turned into and Ruger.
Yeah. All right, that's all I can do then. I was gonna leave an animal friend, but I'll just give you a hug. Be careful.
I will. I promise.
And then I'll go with the group.
Okay.
So as soon as Syra leaves, I am going to take some measures here to help my situation. Having been told by Syra earlier about my scent being tracked, I'm going to first make sure I have some privacy, and then I'm going to disrobe, and I'm going to put all of my clothing in my bag of holding, and basically take a sand bath. And then I'm going to pull my sleuthing outfit that I had made.
As you start to bury, or as you start to take a sand bath, moving the sand, you see remnants of bodies underneath it.
Oh my god, we're sitting on top of a fucking, like, catacomb of bodies.
The body is withered and twisted, as if like the moisture from its body has been completely drained. Now mummified, in a sense.
Okay, so I'm naked and taking a bath in corpse sand. Lovely.
Such a metal corpse.
Okay. Callie contains herself and manages to finish the sand bath, though not using any sand that she can see visibly touching a body. She's trying not to think about just how many bodies there probably are.
As you finish your sand bath, the body that you uncovered begins to twitch.
I'm out of there. I go around to the other side of the building.
Okay.
Don't even wait.
And as you're moving to other parts of like around the building, you notice that other sections of sand are becoming disturbed as you begin to see hands coming up out of the sand, pulling these withered bodies out with them.
Okay. As soon as I see others begin to emerge, I'm not staying there to watch them. I am making a beeline for the closest building adjacent to the tavern.
Okay.
And I'm on the roof, like in an instant. I'm on the roof.
So like you make it up to the roof, and as you turn around and you like hunker down to keep an eye on the tavern, you notice that the street is now full of these mummified like corpses shambling about, going around like pushing on windows and doors and everything, but avoiding the tavern. From where you were at, you count about 15 of these creatures.
So I will put on the outfit that I had pulled out of my bag, so I'm not, running around naked. And if I feel like these creatures, or if I see these creatures enter the building that I'm now on top of, I'm going to hop over to the tavern roof, since they seem to be avoiding that one.
They don't necessarily enter the building. They kind of push on the doors and the windows and everything, almost making sure everything is in place, and they just leave.
Okay. So in that case, I'll stay on the one that I'm at, put that outfit on, hunker down, a nat 20 on my stealth check.
Okay.
For 28.
So you are safe and sound where you're at the moment. Those of you who went with Zelark's friend, he quickly leads you down into the cellar. You have to jump down a bit from the cellar door that has no staircase anymore. But he takes you down. He leads you down a small underground, like a handmade basement, and he takes you to an area where there are about 15 people again, men, women, children, looking like they've come from various cities, not all of them all in one dress. dirty, tired looking. Some of them looking a little thinner than healthy. They just give you a quick stare and they go back to their own business. Off in the corner, you can see very thick white beeswax candle. It looks like it's been burnt down to about a quarter nub. Currently, it's not the wick itself is not lit, but it's definitely seen its share of use.
I immediately go over to the candle and lay out some of my leaves and flowers and pieces of wood that have runes carved on them, and start ritually casting detect magic because I want to know what the hell this candle is.
Okay.
So Nyrix knows what this is. She's seen me do it a ton of times. So I just wordlessly start chanting.
Find a place to rest.
Nyrix is like, that one.
Find a place to rest. As soon as we light that candle, you should be able to get some sleep.
How long has this candle lasted you for?
So far, 2 months.
What happened before the 2 months?
This was a town. We had our ups and we had our downs. Near the end, or near the start of this, we were struggling a bit. Things just didn't seem to be going our way. And then that egg showed up.
2 months and that many bodies?
Many people wander in here. Almost as if the egg has some form of attraction on it. Pulls people in.
And there's been no other friend or companion of this creature that has walked in, and maybe you didn't see them leave but looked different, not like a villager or traveler.
Everyone that I've seen enter that tavern on a nightly basis is either one of the enthralled or some poor sap that is about to join their ranks. I haven't seen any creature or any partner of a creature who graces us with their presence.
And no one in town has told you what they're mining for, just that they're mining.
They don't even know they're mining. I've mentioned the mine before, and they have a story that the mine dried up years ago, and that's why we were under such a struggle until the egg showed up and gave us all prosperity.
How many years ago?
This town is only 2 years old.
That's why I'm asking.
And beforehand, we never had a mine.
It's because they dug in the ground. And when bodies don't need rest, can dig pretty far in that short amount of time. With that many people. And Syra, did you... Oh, no, she's busy. I'll talk to her after. Wonder if something else was down there that she saw amongst the sea of bodies down there. Like those ores and gemstones that seem to be sentient, according to you, Zelark.
I touched some of the gems, and immediately a presence reached out towards me.
My guess is that was the dragon having a connection with its horde.
I mean,
It's entirely
we know
possible. That's why it flew back.
Snit's going to break off from this conversation and try to find people that don't look like they were original township people. And he's going to start asking around about what brought them here originally.
And all of them sort of just like, sort of don't say anything and just shy away from you. It's obvious that these people have been living in fear for the past 2 months, so they don't necessarily trust you.
Even though I'm incredibly hot?
Even though you're incredibly hot.
Do you want one of my mutagens?
Maybe.
So Zelark is kind of at this point just pacing and just visually very antsy and just and finally he just goes fuck, and he I point right into the middle of the area of all the people, to include Zelark in there, and in a 20-foot radius, just cast Calm Emotions.
And as you cast Calm Emotions, nothing happens.
Anti-magic candle,
And
remember?
he gets a look on his a look on his face, and he grabs you and he slams you against the wall. No magic.
Anti-magic candle.
As he runs over and he lights the candle. They can detect magic when it's cast.
Oh, maybe you should have mentioned that before.
I didn't know.
Sarah's been doing this all
Sorry,
day.
I'm muted. So, like, Sarah's been chanting a ritual, but when she hears no magic, she'll stop and be like, no magic of any kind?
None.
Okay. She just picks up her runes because she hadn't finished casting it.
That
Did
would have
I-
been really good to know a long time ago.
None of you look like you cast magic.
I literally teleported behind you earlier.
I have flowers growing on me.
I'm orange.
I'm
I thought we were stating obvious, sorry. I don't play games.
no magic. No spells, nothing that you need to draw upon any power.
Okay.
If you've been casting this in town, they may already know of you.
Yeah, we've been doing shit.
Yeah.
Mert's buddy already told us we're on its way, so either way, we're fucked.
What about already imbued items? Can we use those
I don't know.
safely?
I don't know. All I know is magic that is cast is like ringing the dinner bell.
Okay.
And as
Whoop.
as the light of the candle kind of emanates through this room, you all feel tired.
Well, come on, let's bring it in. Doggy pile time. Come on.
Get some
Bring
sleep.
it in. Come on.
I'll keep an eye out for things. Back at town. The undead wandering the town are up there for about a good hour and a half. And once they find nothing, they kind of just lay back down and just bury themselves with the sand.
I'm just gonna stay where I am, stay as quiet and still as possible. Ask Ruger to keep an extra eye out on me in case I start to act strangely. But otherwise,
And as
just being a watch.
you're saying this, there's a strong surge of magic that kind of ripples through the area. As you can see, the clouds in the sky begin to speed up unnaturally as the sun begins to rise in the distance. And you know that it's hours before sunrise. And as the sun breaks the horizon and casts itself across the town, a very high church bell begins to ring. And as it does, Callie, you feel a pulse kind of just emanate out of the inn. And I will need a wisdom saving throw.
I can do those. That is going to be 17 plus 21.
21. So you feel something very briefly try to like dig into your mind but fade away. But as you're fighting this off, you see the doors open up, or the tavern door open up, as just every single patron in there begins to walk out like drones and slowly make their way back towards the manor.
In the time that I parted ways with my companions, have I heard them say anything over our ring network?
That's a bit alarming to you, because at one point in time, the rings go dead. Normally, when you have the rings on, you still feel that connection to everyone, but there was just at one point in time that it just severed.
Okay. Yeah, that is mildly concerning. But I promised them I was going to be extra careful, so I'm staying where I am, doing what I'm doing. I don't want to stand out in any way, and I don't want to do anything rash in this situation.
Callie, what is your passive perception?
Callie's passive perception is 17.
17. So you feel a presence up on the roof with you.
Do I feel it in any specific direction?
Behind you.
I take a quick glance.
As
No, I take a slow glance.
So as you look behind you, there is a gentleman there dressed in a like a soft blue-ish cape, the hood kind of pulled off of his head, bright orangish hair almost glowing in the sun, his skin almost a very unnatural tan, dressed in a matching blue suit along with a cane with a dragon's head on it with a topaz in its mouth.
Is he looking at me?
Mm-hmm. Sort of like standing there with hands on his cane with a smile.
Give him a little bit of a wave.
Enjoying the view.
Not the words I would use, but it's a view.
Strange words.
Well, I'm not really enjoying it.
Interesting.
Hi, I'm sorry, am I disrupting you? Is this your house?
Trespassing, I would say.
I apologize.
Trespassing on my town, spying on my people,
Just trying to stay out of the way.
evading my patrols.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that I was breaking the law.
And not succumbing to subjugation. Those are some very hefty charges against you, miss.
Sorry, I'm new. I didn't know that was required.
I get that sometimes. I guess we can educate you in a means.
No, I'm okay. I'll just not do it again.
He clicks the cane onto the roof and just picks it up, almost like holding it like a club. Now this education is going to be a bit physical. Do try not to die too fast. I'll have use of this body.
No, I'm sorry. If I'm doing something wrong here, I'll just go.
No time for that. Your services are needed.
I don't think you can use me for anything. I'm not very strong or very fast or very smart.
No, but you look strong enough. And he brings up a hand as you see this like soft blue light beginning to form as 3 bolts fire out of it. Does a 14 hit you?
14 does not.
23.
A 23 does.
17.
Does not.
Okay. Only one is going to hit you. But you're going to take 16 points of necrotic damage as one of the bolts just slams into your chest.
Ow. There's no need for that. I said I'm sorry. I can go.
No. It's too late for that. And what I'm going to need from you, Callie, I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
I can do that.
I need to put you onto the map. Oot.
God, I love playing a character with a high initiative. It's just so rare for me. It feels like a treat.
I'm trying to find the token for him. Give me a moment. I don't know why all of my tokens are, or like when I look at the character art, why it's the colors are flipped.
I've got no answers for it yet. I don't think I've encountered that before.
I think it's because I'm using like a form of dark mode.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Helps if I added your turns. take this to a map screen too.
Well, that's a nice map.
So, as he's standing there shaking his head, it would just be easier if you surrender. Just give in.
That's not gonna happen.
You're gonna make me exuberate effort here?
Or you could just let me go. I didn't see anything.
And you lied too.
Well, I saw stuff, but I've got nobody to tell.
I don't think that's entirely true either, but on the bright side, you won't tell them about this either. He kind of like begins to hover up off of the ground, bringing himself about 20 feet into the air over it. He just sticks his hand out for a moment and grips his hand. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from you?
Constitution save, you sure can. It's not bad. It's an 18.
Okay. You'll save, so you're going to take half of this. You're going to take 9 points of necrotic damage as you briefly feel as if something just gripped your heart for a split second. Stronger than I thought. Perfect. You will serve well. Callie, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to... This would be a lot easier if I saw which house my companions went into. I am going to use a bit of movement here to start. And
you can actually go ahead and give me an intelligence check. See if you remember which house they ran to.
I don't even remember my own name. 9.
9? No.
Okay.
I mean, I did say that verbally we were going to relay, that Sarah was going to relay information on where they went.
Oh, okay. So if that is the case, yes, then you know which house they go to. Hello, Evie.
Okay. Can I get near that house with 65 feet of movement?
The house is over here. It's like over in this direction. It's like at the edge of the map.
Yeah, we can make that work. So with 65 feet of movement, I will hop off the roof, dope monk shit so I don't take fall damage, and run over here.
Okay, so as that happens, can I get a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, you can. It's another good roll on the wisdom. 22.
22. Okay, so as you're moving, you can see like everything begin to disorient itself around you, but you're able to maintain focus as you make it there unscathed.
Okay, so once I get to about there, I'm going to make a bit of noise. Not a whole lot of noise, but maybe just enough to get some attention. where did it go? There it is. I expend 1 use of my phoenix feathers to get my bright, fiery wings.
And you use the phoenix feathers, and as you do, nothing happens.
Okay. Interesting. I should have packed some explosives. Snit, we'll talk later. In that case...
Guess who else has some snit sticks?
In that case...
For spell choosing purposes, sorry, because it takes me a while, have the group inside the room had a long rest at this point, or no?
This is going on while you all start to settle down for a long rest.
Very well. Good to know.
Okay, so I am going to... We weren't told how this works, so tell me if I can't do it within this action economy. I want to call for my dragonfly thing to start making its way to me.
Okay. So you did you all send the dragonflies back to the base?
Not
or
all of them.
Or was Callie on one of them?
Mine was not there because I was piloting the skiff.
Okay. So you kind of like press something on your belt to like summon it.
Okay. What sort of action did that use, if any, or was that just like a free interact?
That's a free interact. That's just, you know, pressing like a button on your belt or something.
Okay. So I'm going to use my bonus action to Step of the Wind and get... No. Where? I can get to there. Okay. Step of the Wind to get right over here, around this building.
Okay.
Out of line of sight.
So on his turn, you kind of hear laughter all around you. There is no place that you can hide. I hear all, I see all, I am all in this town. And as he says that, he appears behind you, standing on like this overhang of the building, sort of materializing from the dust and sand on top of it. Again, just kneel and accept your fates. There'll be a lot less messy that way.
Not gonna happen.
You can't run.
Sure I can. You said it yourself, I lied. I'm really fast.
You are. But I'll just keep being right there with you. Like an annoying shadow.
You know,
now
let's
try that again.
To hide in my shadows.
And he holds out he holds up an outstretched hand and he crushes it again. Can I get another Constitution saving throw?
My con is good, but these are concerning. That's an 18.
18? Still good. You save, so you're going to take half. So you are going to take 10 points of necrotic damage, as again you feel something just grip your heart for just a moment.
not going down easy.
That's okay. I have time to play with my food today.
I don't like being called food. I'm going to... my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My magic item didn't work, so maybe my abilities will still work, because they not technically magic. I don't know, monks are weird. I'm going to put pressure on various points within my body to use Hands of Healing on myself.
Is that an ability?
It is an ability.
Yes, that will work.
Okay. So that is going to give me, what is my martial arts die right now? It's a D6 plus my wisdom modifier. Okay. And that at least gives me the 10 back that he just took.
Take that in damage.
Oh. That's not the way that's supposed to work. So, Callie does that to herself. She doesn't often heal herself. So when she feels the pain, like for a split second, she's like thinking to herself, did I just accidentally use Hands of Harm on myself, not Hands of Healing? They're two very similar abilities, but you don't want to mix them up. And she looks mildly concerned at this point. And is going to again use her bonus action to step the wind, and that is going to get her I should use the measurement for this because her run distance is ridiculous. She's going to get down to here. And that's going to be the end of her turn.
And like an annoying gnat, he appears 10 feet behind you. I don't know why you keep running from me. You are merely delaying the inevitable.
The inevitable? You mean you're gonna charm me just like you did the rest of this town? Dominate me just like you did the rest of this town?
Oh, no. You're too valuable. I'll kill you and reanimate you. Town always needs a sheriff.
You know, I've got a bit of a record. You don't want a sheriff with a record.
The 17, oh, not a 17, I'm sorry, 24 hits your armor class.
24 does.
As you say that, he twists his hand for a moment. You see the sand flowing up into a small ball, hovering above his palm, and it turns into like this long, hard spear as he throws it at you. You are going to take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. If you're gonna kill me, at least tell me why.
I have. You're
No,
valuable.
Why you're doing this? Is it just greed?
Isn't everything in this world about greed?
No. No, it's not. Sometimes you do things just because they're the right thing to do, because somebody asked for your help, because somebody needs the help but can't ask for it. It's not just about greed.
And look where your willingness to help that poor little dragon got you.
Yeah, and I'd do it again and again and again. Because when somebody needs help, you help them. Are you saying that that dragon didn't need help? That this was all a facade of some kind?
And he gives you like a very, very knowing smile.
So the egg, it was a ruse.
A glorious one at that.
Okay. Okay. Then I don't need to be here anymore. And I am going to, again, bonus action, step of the wind. So my movement speed is 210, I believe, is my movement speed. Will 210 get me to the edge of town?
That'll get you to the edge of town, yeah.
Okay. So I am
Actually, it would get you beyond the edge of town.
Okay. So
the edge of town is probably about 80 feet.
I'm going to do that. And when I start approaching the point where I feel like the town is making me want to turn around and go back into the town, I will use my action to use stillness of mind to break any sort of charm or control that is on me.
Okay. So when you use stillness of mind, you feel yourself pushing through that barrier and coming out the other side. But as you do, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution 15 plus 18.
18, okay. You're going to take 12 points of slashing damage as you feel the barrier begin to tear at your flesh as you're able to make it through.
I went through so many of my key points.
As you look behind you, you don't see anything in the town. And when you look behind you, you don't know why you're here.
That's concerning. Is like our skiff and stuff all where we left it?
The skiff and the dragonflies that were taken are there. You still know of your friends. You still know of like their existence. You just don't know why you're outside of this town bleeding.
I'm gonna reach out to Ruger. Do I feel him?
Ruger, nowhere to be felt.
Okay. Well, one big problem at a time. I am bleeding out and in a lot of pain. So I'm going to try to use Hands of Healing on myself, burning another of my precious key points.
Hands of Healing this time will work.
Okay. I will get back 7, That's depressing. 7 HP. And then I'm gonna make a roll here. Let the dice decide if Callie would do this or not, because I am on the fence. Okay. I'm gonna reach into my bag, and I'm going to pull out that book that was given to me by Bernard. That was used to contact him, like write in it, and he would see it in his mirror book. And I'm just gonna write, "Where are my friends?"
Okay. While all of this is going on, those of you in the basement just settling down, getting a very relaxing sleep, when there's a sound of wood breaking coming from the hallway where the cellar door is at. And
What's going on?
Moment later, Ruger flies into the room.
Ruger, where's Callie?
She's getting her ass kicked.
What happened?
Some blue fuck is messing with her right now. She can't seem to get away from him, and he's just... It's not good. He's making easy work of her. Something about making her the sheriff and her servant.
Shit. What do we do? Maybe we could help her if he's not intending to kill her. He
kind of like shakes his head for a moment. Oh, this ain't good.
What?
We're severed.
What?
What?
And he vanishes.
We need to find her.
But if we cast magic, this is a really weird situation.
No, old-fashioned way.
And
find her.
This is where we're ending for the week.
This is the moment when Callie realized she fucked up.
I did say it was going to be dangerous.
We can only do so much for the character when we're just like, hey, maybe we should. Nope. Okay. Are you sure? Nope. Okay.
I don't think that was a fuck up. I think we got the truth, and Callie got out of there in one piece, just like she said she could.
Yep.
Oh, I was just teasing about the fuck up part. I just always think of that meme.
I mean, it's a good meme.
Does Callie remember everything though, or did you forget all the stuff?
Callie doesn't know why she's outside that town.
She's like outside the town now. So does she doesn't remember the conversation with this blue guy or any of it?
No,
we don't know. We don't know any of that then. That's all meta.
At least she doesn't like lost her memory of us, so she knows we're around. It's just
she knows of you. She just doesn't know where you're at.
Yeah.
She's all of a sudden lost all of her friends at once.
We got Thanos in her mind.
And then we died.
Well, Callie did the smart thing, because I think Callie would have died next time or next round.
Yeah, it was getting real low. I was holding on to that stillness of mind to get the fuck out of there till the last moment. When I saw that my healing was not healing me, I knew I had to just get out of there. But I had to confirm that the egg was a ruse before I left. Had to confirm it.
That was good information.
Too bad nobody heard it.
Too bad none of us know it.
Well, you know what? It wouldn't have mattered. Even if you tried to tell us through the Ring Network, we still wouldn't have heard it.
That's okay. Get in touch with Bernard. He does some weird, like, borderline creep stuff to me. Maybe he can, like, prod into my mind and see what happens.
All you hear is, "You have friends?"
Oof.
Ouch.
Damn.
Not
Tom,
in an
Bernard
insulting
with the
way.
shade.
yeah,
Sorry,
Tom
sorry,
Riddle's journal
not-
over here throwing shade.
Sorry, not. Okay, that came out wrong. I didn't mean as in like, oh, you have friends. I meant as in like because of the memory thing. It was just like, what friends?
Sure.
Yeah, that came off bitchy otherwise.
It-
Sorry, that's not what
it's-
that was not my intent.
Yeah, that's sort of fucked up.
God
The
damn it!
shade
Let
of
me
it
close the
all.
library.
Bernard's
You're
memory is not
Griffin
messed
all
up.
over again.
I
Except this time you guys are the Griffin.
oh, don't say that. We're not dead yet.
As the entire
Yeah, no.
group becomes Saharad.
Is that the official term for it now? Sahara? Oh god.
If
Yep.
you
We've been
die,
Sahara'd?
if you die and people forget about you, yeah, you get Sahara'd.
I don't like this. She is not a noun.
She became a
In that
noun the
sense.
moment she failed her saving throw.
I mean,
By
I don't know.
one,
who it is.
sir.
I'm
By
guessing it
one.
is.
She didn't do it, but yeah, that was a shitty spell. The only way you could bring her back, if anyone saw you die, only that person remembers who you are.
Yep.
And the only way to bring them back is with a wish. That was a bad situation, and my poor Griffin was only remembered by 2 people. That was it.
So that is going to do
What?
it for us today. We will be back on Monday with more Mass Effect, and then back here on Tuesday again with more Destiny Forge. That's the name of it. Do you guys have another Chimera Collective coming up on Friday?
Possibly
Might be
too.
the conclusion. We'll see.
Okay. So we'll have another episode of Chimera Collective up on Friday. And then we will come back here on Saturday with another episode of Wayward Wanderers. And then I believe the following... Oh, and it is the first Saturday of the month. So are we doing an episode of Behold Lore?
We just need to
We need to figure out what the hell we're
figure
doing.
it out.
And we'll have another episode of Behold Lore. Stay tuned for the topic
I
of
have
that
ideas, but
one.
we'll see.
Stay tuned for the topic of that
Yeah.
one. But for now, everyone, we are going to head on out. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on Monday.